got one beyond Cooper Flagg, you got
That's
more than me.
all we got. So maybe this is where stars are born in college basketball. Maybe.
Okay, that's not true.
Well, maybe. I mean, you never know.
Name me one from last year.
I don't know.
That's what I'm.
Maybe this year. Who knows? There's going to be drama.
The last one was Keith Smart or Christian Leitner, like from 40 years ago.
I'm sure there's been more. When did God Shem God take over?
Of all years. That was 30 years ago. Go ahead. Name one.
Just saying.
I'm here for you.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. You never know. Yes.
I do know, because for 30 years it hasn't happened.
There might be a guy. He may do a 360 windmill between his legs. Mac McClung dunk. Who knows?
Not WNB. What's the secondary league? G Leaguer.
The G League. Oh, yeah, that's right. Right.
Yes, G Leaguer.
Crazy.
Well, Arkansas, Kansas is on at some point today.
Nice.
So
yeah,
there's some schools we will know. Whether we get some players we know, time will tell. Time will tell. No Jokic last night. No Murray last night.
So
and the Lakers ran him out.
I don't care. Thank God. You need the win. It was awesome. Luka was fantastic. That that was fun to watch. That really was. I could care less if Denver didn't play Jokic. That's their problem. That's their issue. I don't care. The Nuggets were here. The team was here, right? It counts as a win in the conference.
It's good for seeding.
Yeah, I could care less what they do. The Lakers won. That's all that matters.
Okay. Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah.
But it does. It's a good win, and it is important for seeding. But I wanted to get that litmus test, right? Like from what was it? When did where they beat them in Denver? That was a month or so ago, 4 weeks ago. Like that was felt like a fair fight. Like everybody kind of had their guys. This was less than the best version of both of these teams. Lakers didn't have LeBron.
This is different in basketball now. I mean, you're going to get what you want in a month.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little over a month when you see Denver. You're going to get a full dose of them, and they're going to get a full dose of you. So this is all about navigating this crazy blank schedule for everybody.
God, it's a monster.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't care if they didn't play. They got to do what they got to do. They got a plan to keep their stars healthy for the postseason. So they were here.
I get what they're doing.
You got the W.
The Lakers have done it, and this is not a Nuggets thing. This is not a Lakers thing. This is an NBA thing. This is an us thing. We've put so much emphasis on the postseason, on the playoffs, on winning a title, that if you don't win a title, everything else doesn't mean jack squat.
Yeah.
The regular season has become what we were just talking about, where, well, this guy's not playing here, and everybody's waiting for the thing that's coming up that, we got 5 months of the regular season.
I know.
You know what I mean? And it's just like it's the longest preamble ever.
Well, see, this is where I would step in, and when people used to look at me and say, why can't you guys play 18 games? Like, are you freaking out of your mind? That's a lot of games. So this is a league thing, that you have these matchups where teams have to rest people, because what matters most is a month, not now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could sneak one, get one. Like, I wouldn't say Denver gave you one.
Well, not
the
Dave,
Lakers almost
the guys that played.
The Lakers didn't play their stars. I wouldn't say they gave it to Denver, but the Lakers almost beat them. So just because you're not playing your guys doesn't mean it's a loss.
It counts and all of that. I'm just getting at the idea of the regular season used to be really fun.
Yeah.
It used to be something that you would look forward to them playing this team or that team, or hey, they've got the Nuggets tonight, or they've got the Spurs tonight. Like there are these measuring sticks that you would have against these other good teams that it doesn't feel we have, because everybody's always holding a guy back. It seems like very rarely do you get everybody at full strength in the regular season.
Load
it just
management
doesn't happen enough.
No, it doesn't. I mean, but I don't remember the league being scheduled this way. Do you?
Well, I just go by what Ireland said the other day.
When did you first hear the word back-to-back, or the phrase back-to-back?
Well, I mean, it's always been a part of...
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it as a kid when Jordan was playing. I didn't hear back-to-backs.
They played them.
They did. I'm sure they did, but it's been different.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's my point. I think we're on the same spot. It's like, it wasn't a part of we got 4 games in 6 days, so we got to pick out which of the 4 we're going to play in. It's like, no, they played in all of them.
Yeah, I know.
And it was just, maybe you'd be a little tired, and maybe you wouldn't have your very best performance, but it wasn't this, well, we're going to make sure that guys only play 60 games, so by the time we get to the playoffs, everything's like, just, I don't know. It feels
sometimes
this
it's
long runway to a thing that may only last a week or so.
But sometimes it seems to me now with some of these teams like Golden State, and I'm praying for a 3-6 matchup. It's them and the Warriors.
They're going to get somebody tough.
That would be a freeway series for me because I would go to the Bay Area and catch my family. They got season tickets to the Warriors.
Oh, do they really?
Oh, my God, this will be a blast.
Good,
I'm praying for
seats?
that. Absolutely.
Oh.
Blast.
Tell me more.
Retired Air Force.
Oh.
Yeah, my uncle. That's all he does.
Is hoops?
I should show you these text messages.
Oh, I please do.
I mean, they won't stop about the Warriors, and it drives me nuts. But
they are hot as a
praying
pistol.
for that. But it seems like seeding doesn't matter as much as it used to anymore.
Yeah.
Like Denver.
No.
I don't think Denver is worried about
Yes.
seeding. They're worried about health. If I can just get in to a decent seed and keep Jokic healthy,
just get in.
we can beat anybody.
Yeah, I don't care if I have to play on your floor.
That's
I
right.
Let's go.
I think the regular season matters. I just don't think seeding matters as much anymore.
But that's the entire purpose of the regular season is to determine seeding.
Just to get in the postseason.
Right?
And then
is to get in or not get in.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you get in and once you're above that line, then you start playing games with health to make sure you keep your guys healthy.
Did you watch on Spectrum last night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the end of the first half, the end of the second quarter, the Lakers they couldn't miss in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Right? They were making everything. Luka had 21, I think, in the first quarter.
Was ridiculous.
He was just unconscious.
Redonkulous.
Just unconscious. And then they had a really bad 5 minutes towards the end of the second quarter where they couldn't buy a basket. And they took a 30-point lead down to whatever, it was 14 or 16 or whatever it was. And Trudell is interviewing Redick before did you see that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
JJ goes, Nick Saban.
It was wonderful.
I love it.
I loved it too. And Trudell, I forget. I don't know exactly what he asked him, but it was something along the lines of, you guys got off to a really big lead and you guys struggled towards the end of the second quarter there. What's going on? So that was the crux of the question. And Redick's answer was, long pause. We'd miss a shot. Long pause. And then they would make a layup.
Yeah.
And then Trudell asked him another question. And Trudell's was so it was a failure to get back on defense.
Yeah.
Another long pause, followed by another 2-word answer, and then into the locker room. I'm like, I love this guy.
Me too.
I love this guy.
Really do. I do. He and Trudell, they're great.
It was fantastic.
So funny. It's so funny. So good. Great questions. Great answer. He is turned into the Popovich. But yes, that is the desired, I guess, optics of a coach.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
Well, yeah, I loved it.
That's right.
It's funny you said Pop, DeMarco, because Pop was being a pain in the ass to be a pain in the ass to the guy that's asking
questions. He was forcing you to ask a legit question.
Perhaps, but there were times when there were legit questions where he just refused to do it because he was just being a pain in the ass.
Sometimes he turned into shit.
Right. He was just being difficult for the purpose of being difficult.
Well, yeah.
Redick was angry last night.
You could feel it.
It was real.
Yeah.
It was authentic anger.
To defend Pop, he's down by 12, and you ask him, what does your team have to do to get back in this game? Yeah, he's going to look at you and say,
that's not a good
make
question.
shots.
But there were many, many times where there were good questions that he would not do it.
Yes.
I want to give Redick credit for his
big time.
Genuine frustration.
Yeah. And he's right. If you look, every time they missed, they were giving up layups on the other end. Don't get sloppy.
It doesn't feel to me like he's doing a acting performance of being a head coach. He's genuinely bothered by it.
No,
and I love that about him. Like
he's driving the mule.
Tell, yes, that's what
he's driving the mule.
He's driving the mule, and when the mule won't do what he'd like the mule to do, he gets frustrated.
Absolutely.
And you can feel it, and it's palpable, and it's authentic. And I really think the Lakers got incredibly fortunate that this is the guy that ended up coaching their team.
True, and I think they have the right locker room for him.
Yeah.
I think he has people that would respond to that sort of coaching. They would want that sort of coaching. I think Luka would want that sort of coaching.
Sure.
You know what I mean? When you have that sort of guy. But yeah, I laugh my butt off at the same thing. He won't make eye contact with Trudell. It's so funny.
He was so mad. Like we had this incredible first quarter where we made every shot that we looked at, and then we had this really crappy 5 minutes shots where we were giving up easy shots. We couldn't make. They had a bunch of turnovers.
Well, okay.
They're throwing the ball out of bounds.
Let's get into that.
And he was furious.
So you're hitting everything. You can't miss.
Yeah.
Right? So you're getting a little bit lazy on the other end. So I'm thinking he's probably thinking like this. What if we're not making these shots? What if we're not scoring at this alarming... What if Luka's
like
not being Luka?
74% in the first quarter.
Right. What if that drops by 20? By 40%,
right? And
we're giving this up on the other end, fellas.
And that's what happened.
We can't do this.
Yeah.
That's what I love about JJ.
I think
right
he
on
does
point.
The thing that really good coaches do, and you mentioned, I think the best example of it, Saban. That I remember when they were kicking the tires off of Notre Dame in the national championship game a few years ago. Right, it was a mismatch. And there was 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and they were up 5 touchdowns.
And didn't he blow a stack over a punt or something?
He went insane. I think
it might have been a special teams play.
You might be right.
Yeah.
I'm not. You very
basically
easily could be
over
right.
nothing.
It was in my memory, and you could easily be right, but in my memory, it was over like a call on an official that he got something wrong, and it's like. We're just waiting for the clock to run out for this thing to be over. You're up 5 touchdowns with 2 minutes. It was to your point. It's like, dude, let's just get to and then enjoy this. He went nuts.
He's a jackhammer.
And that's what this reminded me of because the reason we are Alabama, the reason we do play in this game every year, the reason that I do put everybody into the NFL is I don't let things go. We don't fall into bad habits. We never, ever get away from what it is, who we are, and what we do. And I think that's what Redick's trying to do, to your point. Like,
no doubt.
What happens when we do shoot a regular percentage as opposed to, of course you're going to have a 30-point lead when you shoot 80%. Of course you are, right? But you're not going to shoot 80% ever.
Yeah.
So when it comes back to the normal, what are you doing? And what they were doing was standing around watching guys shoot layups.
Right.
And he was pissed.
Hot. Yes.
It was fantastic.
That's not how you play basketball. I love it. We did the LeBron era, the Luka era. We have forgotten. We have completely omitted. This might be the Redick era. This might be the beginning of something. He's thinking championship. I'm just guessing, but the way he's answering questions, the way he's got these guys motivated, he's thinking championship right now.
He thinks they got a shot at least.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I think coaches know what their ceiling is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I know that if I get the most out of
this
this
group. And what we're up against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get the most out of this group, we can make the playoffs.
Right.
If I get the most out of this group, we might win around in the playoffs. And then if I get the most out of these guys, we could win the whole thing.
We could win.
And I think he
or make a deep run, a big gouge.
We have a chance. Maybe I got to catch a break, but it was great to see.
It might be the Redick era.
It was great to see. Yes. I want to talk more about this and why he's here, how he's here, and how often sometimes you just got to get a little fortunate, lucky, whatever you want to call it.
Way to go, Rob Pelinka.
No. That's next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Well, it's National Cocktail Day this week, or as I call it, every day at Morongo.
and lucky fans and a guest to the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Witness unforgettable moments and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't miss out. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Producer Laura in the house today. Emily's going to celebrate her sister's matching day, I believe.
Matching day. That's awesome.
Yeah, her sister Maggie, I believe, matched with a hospital. So
is she
she's
in
at
the
medical
air
school.
now?
She's on the ground. She's
She's
at
on the
Universal
ground.
Studios
Oh,
right now.
oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah,
party time.
So
yeah.
she's there doing that. So welcome, Laura. Good to have you
Thank
back
you.
as always.
Thank you, guys.
Having
What
a
up?
nice conversation this morning, as always. She's an early bird, DeMarco. She's first one here every morning.
What time did you get here?
Like 6:15.
Good God Almighty!
I
Was
come in
anybody
here-
else in the building?
No.
I come through. I'm usually.
Do you
the
guys
first-
turn the lights on?
She
I did.
must have, 'cause they were
Jeez.
on.
You gotta sweep first,
You know,
And then you,
just
sir,
I want a sugar high, my man.
you do it right over there.
Yeah.
You tell,
He's like twitching.
tell the people what you did.
So yesterday, I blame Travis for this one. So yesterday, Travis says, "Hey man, you got Slurpees?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, Shaq got a new Slurpee, the Shaq
Sour pineapple.
Yeah, sour pineapple. So I'm like, you know what? I had to pump gas this morning. Drop off my son. I go to the gas station, and it happens to be 7-Eleven right there. So I go in there and I see the Shaq, and I'm like, "Oh, Travis, I gotta try this." I took pictures and all, and I'm like, when I get there, I'm gonna tell Travis I did this for show purposes. So I take a sip
For
of
the
it.
bit.
Yeah. So I take a sip of it, and then earlier in the week we talk about Hostess and this and this.
Yeah.
And I bought,
You
donuts,
emptied the store of their Hostess.
basically. But right now I'm on a sugar rush from that
Yeah.
Shaq sour
Is it
pineapple.
that just loaded with sugar?
It just
You said it's a frozen monster.
It felt like a frozen monster slush. Yeah. That's what it feels like. So I'm on a
Heck
sugar
yeah.
rush right
Your
now.
eyes are kind of like vibrating
I like
in their
it.
sockets
Yeah,
right
I could
now.
have used that yesterday.
Was it
during
any
the-
good?
It's pretty good. If
Yeah.
you add a little stuff,
Something else?
A little some.
Yeah.
it'll be perfect.
There you go.
But
Feeling
I'm on a
good.
sugar rush.
Are you
sugar
a
high.
sour pineapple Slurpee man?
I want to try it unless it's a monster drink.
No, it's not. It's not a monster. It's just.
It's just you?
that's-
Yeah, but
that's
You're a caffeine person.
Yeah, but not the monster. Is it the taurine?
Taurine, yeah.
Taurine, yeah, not that.
but
I
don't
get the
think that-
jitters.
I think this is just he's getting the jitters because it's that sugar loaded.
Yeah.
Freaking 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Back in the day, yes.
Yeah.
But for football practice, absolutely. That's perfect. But
So-
now, not now.
Which Hostess items did you purchase?
So I got the zingers.
Okay.
Zingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate zingers.
I got the ding dongs. I already ate the ding dongs.
Chocolate
You already ate the
ding
ding
dongs.
I
dongs?
already ate the ding dongs. I
Yeah.
gave you donuts.
Right here. You don't know what you've done.
Well, you,
This is going to be a binge now.
You said that was your go-to.
I'm going to wake up
And then I
in
brought
Pittsburgh
some-
under a bridge eating donuts because of this.
And then I
Right?
brought the glaze, or I couldn't find crumble. I know
Yeah,
crumble
they
was
didn't
your
have the
thing.
crumb, but
Yeah.
you got me the sleeve of glazed.
Yep.
By
Are
the
they
way,
gone?
Gone.
Yeah, he devoured that real
Go
quick.
on.
I had
Come
them.
on.
I ate. Oh, I think there's count those up for me. There's 6 in the
Let's see. 1,
5 or
2,
6 for
3,
sure.
4, 5, 6.
6.
Yeah.
I had all 6 of those donuts gone
Oh,
in under.
They're so good.
4 minutes.
They're so good.
They're
Thank you.
One bite donuts.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm going to
good.
save these. Yes. I don't want to eat these now
And with
because
coffee,
I'll be like
you
you,
gotta get
jittery.
coffee. You gotta get coffee with that. Ooh, done.
Yeah, I do have coffee right
Or a
here.
pineapple Slurpee.
Oh, look, the devil's always trying you.
Yeah, that one.
One more. I don't think I could ever hate Shaq. I love Shaq.
I do too.
Yeah, I just love everything about
Seems like
Shaq.
almost everybody loves Shaq.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just I'm no matter what happens, I think I always love Shaq. Yes.
Oh, I was waiting for a but. I thought there was something that he did to you that
Yeah. It just they always run into icebergs at some point. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if he hit the iceberg, I'm going down with him. I just love me some Diesel. That's my dude.
He's a very look. There's something to be said.
Yeah.
First of all, he's a pitch man for virtually everything.
He's great at it,
yeah,
though.
he's very good at it. But he's got pizza, he's got Slurpees, he's got car insurance, he's got icy hot, like
everything.
He's got
Cruises,
all of it.
Yes.
Cruises,
yeah.
I mean,
Make me money, I'm in it.
He's everywhere because everybody has what you're talking about. Like, oh, I like that guy.
Yeah, it's fun.
And he is fun. And his teammates loved him. And fans loved him. There's something to be said about being likable.
Yeah.
Just like deeply, genuinely likable. I think it's part of the reason that Charles Barkley is allowed to do what he does and hit icebergs like he occasionally does.
Or throw them through a window.
And we all go, that's cool. Charles is all right.
It's Barkley.
Like, we love Charles.
Yes,
and
it's
we
Uncle
love
Charles.
Shaq. Like,
Yes.
there's something about guys that we're like, yeah, he's all right. And then when they do something like, yeah, I'm not with that guy. Those guys have carte blanche.
Did you see that documentary of him? It's about him and Penny Hardaway.
Shaq and Penny?
Yes, when they were both playing in Orlando.
I didn't see it.
Oh, my God. That version of Shaq, if he stayed skinny and actually worked on his free throws, forget it. Forget it. Like, Shaq actually brought the ball up.
What he was he's a tremendous athlete,
big time.
Like, he not only is he like the biggest human being you've ever laid eyes on, but he was incredibly light on his feet.
Right.
He was incredibly skilled. Like, he was a good pass. Like, he was a great athlete.
Take either one, but that one down there,
Yeah.
oh my God!
Yeah.
If that one remained, like if he stayed skinny, and good Lord, you couldn't stop him.
I remember seeing videos of him, like when I might even have been when he was at LSU, but I think it was in Orlando where he was breakdancing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
spinning on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, usually those guys are really good at it. They were smaller guys.
Yeah.
Right? And this is a 7'2", 7'3",
At least,
whatever.
right.
Doing helicopter spins on his head.
The only miss the only miss he had was, did you have the old Sega Genesis? Remember the old video system, Sega Genesis?
Yes.
NBA Jam or whatever?
He came out with a Shaq Fu video game. It was the worst.
What was it, a basketball game?
No, it was Shaq Fu. It's like a
Kung
fighting
Fu?
game. Yeah,
Oh.
and there was no point to it. You just started fighting, and you didn't
No score?
No score. It just it's like stupid. We all bought it. Yeah.
I was going to say, he probably sold a few of them.
Of course he
along the
did.
way.
We went and bought it immediately. Yes.
Yeah.
He made movies, Kazam, Steel.
Steel, yeah.
Steel, he's like a robot.
He
kind
had
of thing.
Nah, he was. He was a dude in armor. Yeah.
And then Kazam, he's a genie.
I am.
He was in
Kazam.
Blue Chips.
He was good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
He is one of those guys that we
Yeah.
talk about that you can't be good at everything, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like he's good at everything.
He rapped with the Fushnikins,
Yeah.
and that was a pretty dope group at the time. Remember them?
Yeah.
He was with the Jabberwockies, I think. Didn't
Oh,
they do
man,
that?
yes.
right.
Yeah, like he's done.
I
all
can never
this
hate
stuff.
Shaq. Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of a Slurpee was it again? The
It's
what?
the sour pineapple.
Sour
And
pineapple.
It's Shaquille. It's Shaquille.
I hope
sour
it's just
pineapple.
not Monster though.
I'll put out the picture of what it looks like. We
Okay.
gotta go to 7-Eleven
I don't
and
think it is.
Pineapple's
No,
great.
No, it would, because I read about it yesterday. It did not
It's
have.
not? Okay.
It's just very sweet.
Then I'm in. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Two things I love. Yes.
Shaq and pineapple or Shaq and
Shaq
sweet?
and slushies.
Oh, okay.
Everything.
Shaq
yes.
and pineapples,
Yeah.
huh?
I
Okay.
know about the skip and go nakeds, right? The drink. That's
The actual alcohol drink?
Yeah.
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 Didn't you tell me about those?
I did.
With the beer?
Did you ever make it?
Of course. Wait, beer?
Beer and vodka. You put whatever
Vodka
you want. I
and
use
the
frozen
fruit-
lemonade.
Frozen
and ice.
lemonade and blend it up. There you go. Yes,
Squeeze a
yes,
lime,
yes.
Salt the rim if you'd like or not.
There you
Tahini.
go.
What's that?
Tahini.
Tahini. Sure.
chamoy. Oh.
Yeah.
In a skip and go naked?
You can, sure.
You can put it in there?
Yeah.
Spicy?
I don't like chamoy, but you can.
Oh.
How do you make,
Oh.
so how do you
If you
make it
like.
again for those that don't know how to make it?
Blender.
Yep.
Fill it all the way with ice.
All the way.
Okay. Pour a beer of choice. I like a Modelo or a Corona. Something like that.
Yep.
A lime. Squeeze a lime in there.
That's it. Yep.
Take the little tube of frozen lemonade concentrate.
Yep.
Pink lemonade is the one that I choose. Take half of that. Put it in the blender.
Okay.
Not all of it. It gets way too sweet if you use all that. Take half of that.
I do use all of it.
Did you use all of it?
Yeah, and it's good.
You like that?
I did.
Yeah,
it was very good.
How about this?
Yeah.
Use lemonade to taste.
To taste.
Yes.
I like
so,
that.
however,
to taste.
to your personal preference
Yeah.
of sweetness,
Yeah, yeah.
you can use that. And then whatever remaining space is in that blender, fill it with your spirit of choice. I chose vodka.
Vodka. Yes.
Okay.
I got a pretty big blender.
Blend.
Yes.
And it will come out and it will have the exact same consistency of a Slurpee. And it will taste a lot like a lemonade Slurpee.
Perfect.
Only it will erase your brains.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank
pretty
you.
good.
I forgot about the lime.
Shaq
And I-
XL gummies, pineapple, right?
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
So
He's got his own gummy brand now too.
That's the
Gummies?
No, like gummies from the store,
candy.
kids.
Oh, kids
Candy.
gummies.
candy.
Oh, okay.
But they're the gummies are typically like gummy bear size.
Yeah.
These are Shaq.
We got to
gummy
find a way
bear
to split
size.
that up a little bit
Right.
more. Yeah, gummies mean
Gummy bears.
too many
Candy.
different things now.
Candy.
Okay.
It's a Shaq
Say
head.
candy
It's a Shaq,
then.
it's a
yeah,
Shaq
yeah,
head.
yeah.
So
Okay.
he came out with these line of Shaq gummies. There's a berry one, apple one, and a pineapple
No
one.
way.
And they sold so well that they turned one into a Slurpee.
Nice.
What would you call your candy? Like if Travis had a candy.
So you know what? Like my candy of choice. If you set me loose in the candy store and said
Yeah.
you can pick one thing, I would choose black licorice.
Ew.
Why?
That's what I like.
Really?
That's what I like.
Black, okay, and
Yeah.
you would call
I'm
it.
judging
I
right
don't, I
now.
don't know what I would call
Yeah.
it, but that's what flavor.
How
it would
do
be.
you like that?
I like
Tell
it.
me, how do you like black licorice?
Why do we like anything? We like it.
I mean, okay, but
Yeah.
nobody likes that.
I do.
I-
So somebody must be buying it because
like
it's
candy
there all
corn.
the
Do
do
time.
you like black licorice? No.
It's like candy corn. It's gross.
Candy corn is gross.
It
I
tastes
agree.
like cough syrup.
Some cough syrup has NyQuil has that licorice taste to it.
Yeah.
the
It's
like
green
Jaeger.
NyQuil.
People that like
Yeah,
Jaeger.
Yeah.
I like
in candy form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they
Yuck.
have these. They're called crows. Okay. Have you ever seen
Crows.
crows?
No.
Like the bird.
Yes.
Right. And they're just black gumdrops that are
Oh,
licorice
I've
flavored.
seen those things.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Oh my God, you can have all mine. Okay,
When
now
we
I
did
know.
jelly beans as a kid,
Yeah.
I would want the black ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know.
What
See,
about
I could-
you, DeMarco? What would be your candy? What would
I
it
have
be
no
called?
idea. Well, there was a joke. I can't say that joke. They wanted me to. They wanted me to sell like peanuts or cashews, and use my initial, first initial.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, there you go.
Got it.
Yeah, D's. Right. Thank you. Yeah, right.
I was like, you know, I'm so stupid. This is how stupid I am. I'm like, what's wrong with the cashews?
I was thinking
And I
the
was
shoes.
like, what's wrong with the almonds? Like,
Really? You guys didn't just go there?
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
No.
I went there
I thought
immediately.
The shoes. I was like,
My
what's wrong with
best
that?
No.
friend was dead set. Like, this is gonna be a hit. We should do it. I'm like, are you out of your mind?
It would be D apostrophe S nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
He thought it was a hit.
It would have probably.
Mad at me because I said no. Are you out of your freaking
You
mind?
got to go to Brickashaw Ferguson and every other person that's got a D apostrophe in their name until he finds somebody
No.
that signs up for
I'm
it.
not doing
Yeah.
no, but that was the one, right? No, no.
My brain is not fully engaged today. Like I told you this morning, I've had a slow start to my day. I cannot get engaged, and I was.
Oh, that was this
li-
morning.
Yeah.
We both had slow
a
starts.
little slow on the
I
cashew train.
Sucked.
Mom's
walking this
away.
morning.
You guys are loose.
Is that what it is?
No,
Yeah.
it was before. I'll be honest, and
I-
this is again how slow my day is working.
Yeah.
I had forgotten that you were here today until I saw you.
Oh, okay.
Because
Oh.
nothing. I just I had not processed the day. Like I had not started any
Yeah.
of my thought process until.
I was for
Apparently
poop this morning.
2
So
minutes ago.
yeah. We're having the same
Did you have
episode.
the
See,
medicine ball day today?
this is why football teams lose. See, we're both having the
Hey,
same bad day.
Listen,
at the
listen,
same time.
There's something to that. Some days
Yeah.
you just have a bad day.
Yes, if
And-
you're
and-
the tackle, I'm the guard. We just gave up a sack. What happened? I don't know.
I don't know,
I have
man.
no idea.
I don't know. I tried. Yeah, I suck today.
All right.
So a slow day means bad day?
yeah, it's a bad day.
It can.
It
No.
sucked. Okay, so
Retrain that brain.
I'm
bruh.
out there for an hour, and I think I am humping. I got the music going. I go through a playlist that's 60 minutes long, so I know this. I get to the end. I look down. It said I went 2.5 miles. I was hot. Like I
How
thought
far
I
do you usually go in an hour?
at least 3.5 in
Yeah.
an hour. I'm
Yeah.
like moving, right? We're going. And bro, 2.5 miles. I was so mad. I will never
Did you
look at
eat
this
weird
watch.
last night?
Yeah. You know I did. Birthday cake. You're right. I had a big hunk of birthday cake. That couldn't have been it.
It sucks that makes as big of a difference as it does. When you're 25, doesn't make any difference at all.
Yeah,
At 50 something, it makes a
a
difference.
piece of cake ruined me. That's
DeMarco,
terrible.
I had 2 beers yesterday. I met a friend for a work thing, and it's the Dana Hills public address thing, as
Nice.
a matter of fact. And we had 2 beers. We sat and we were just chopping it up. 2 beers. I felt like I had gotten attacked and kicked by a horse when I woke up this morning.
Wow.
Horse?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 beers.
2
See?
beers.
We used to drink 24 packs of that.
Yeah.
See, and 2.
Yeah, now, you were also 20 and not 50.
Well, if you see, 2 beers should mess you up that bad. The fact that it didn't back in the day meant there might have been an issue.
I think it's like the poll. We're on the 2 polls, right? Like 2 shouldn't mess you up, but 24 is a bad idea.
Yes, tear you
bad
up.
idea.
Yes, that's wild. See, bad day, same day. Yes.
Good fortune.
Slow day is bad day, Laura. I hate that.
Good fortune is just as important as good decisions. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun? Dive into Chumba Casino, your ultimate destination for free, fun-to-play social casino games. Play slots, bingo, and more whenever and wherever you want. With new games dropping every week, there's always something fresh. Lounge on the sofa or play on the go. Play now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
It's spring in the Southland, and the season of adventure is here. So why not hit the road in a brand new Kia from Kia of Carson? Whether you want a sleek sedan, a spacious SUV, or the latest hybrid or EV, Kia of Carson has the perfect ride for you. As one of the largest Kia dealerships in the country, we have all the latest tech-savvy vehicles that make the season of adventure more exciting. And Kia of Carson makes car buying easy, fun, and unforgettable. But don't wait. Our spring sales event is happening now. Hurry in today or shop online at KiaofCarson.com. Kia of Carson. Let's get you on the road.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-452-6262. That's 800-452-6262. Again, that's 800-452-6262.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Is your heart rate under 600 yet? You coming back to normal, Jorge?
Maybe another 30 minutes or so.
Just don't crash, man.
I'm adding coffee to this.
Oh, that should go
there
great.
You go. You should drop a freestyle. Come on. I know your brain is going.
Be happy.
You got the beat. Come on.
Cappy 101.
Mario needs to give you lessons.
Oh, man, Mario's good.
Rio
I know.
can flow,
speaking
bro.
of Mario,
Mario's great.
Speaking of Mario, new music video coming out. I shot it over the break.
When's it come out?
I believe sometime in April.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, it's in the cutting room right now. So
Are you also editing?
I'm editing. I shot it. I took out a drone this time.
Oh,
So
drone.
we got
Look
some
at
drone
you.
shots and stuff. We shot by the beach. It's nice.
Oh, that was you? He
That
put
was
a
me.
little teaser out.
Have you ever
me.
tried to fly a drone?
No, not yet.
It looks impossible.
It can't. It's just like old RC cars, right?
Yes, but you have to be 1,000 times more careful because there's people around you, there's houses, properties, there's all kinds of stuff around you, and it has a 25 to 30 minute battery life.
Okay. I do see this like at the beach where the guy would stand there and send it out over the ocean.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
cool.
Well, that's some serious trust because
it's got to come back.
It's got to come back, and you hope the battery's charged.
Speaking of trust, my buddy Richard, he loaned me his drone, and he's like, "Hey man, listen, before you take this, I'm gonna show you the basics, how to launch it." So I'm like, "Yeah, cool." He shows me the thing. We put it away. He hands it to me. He looks at me dead in the eye. Says, "Look, man, it's a drone. Whatever happens to it, if it goes in the ocean, if it falls, don't worry about it. I want you to just, have that peace of mind that no matter what happens to it, it's just another item. We can buy another one. So go and play with it, have fun with it, and just make the best of it." Once he said that to me, I was like, "Oh, cool.
You're good."
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'd be worried about
That's
hitting
a relief,
something or somebody or.
I went through that RC phase. We had the RC cars, the Cricket, the Grasshopper, and then the RC-10, and then of course we go into things that fly. And that's when you start spending big money. When you build a freaking jet.
Yeah.
RC a jet, right? And you're great. It takes off, and you make one mistake, and it hits the ground, kaboom. $2,000 out the window, just like that.
Jet?
Oh, a serious jet, yeah. I mean, that's when you really get deep into it, when you go nuts with it.
I've seen the ones that have propellers.
Yeah, the helicopters.
Or it's the planes.
Or the planes too, yeah.
Yeah, but I've never seen that. They have jets?
There's actual
Holy
jets. I know, and
that
it hits
sounds
the
amazing.
deck. It's crazy, but it's super expensive.
How fast does it go?
I mean, not that fast.
Yeah.
Not so fast where it gets out of your line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy though? Yeah.
I want to. Do you still have any of these?
No,
things
I
lying around?
got a few RC cars, the plastic chassis, not the metal chassis.
Yeah.
That's when you're like
those
racing.
were always
stuff.
fun as a kid.
Yeah.
And you get your son or one of those, and they do it, and then it hits the curb and it shatters into 1,000 pieces. You're like, well, that was a great 9 minutes.
Right. That's pretty much it too. Right.
That was awesome. That thing cost $100, and we got 9 minutes out of it.
I do want to get into drones though. I do. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. You should buy one and fly it over.
I didn't
the
know
ocean.
you could video via drone. Can you come out and help us practice
phone
then?
on it, right?
Oh, I'm sorry?
You put your phone on
No,
it,
it has
right?
its own little camera.
Oh, it has its own
2K camera.
Yeah.
It seriously looks like a video game controller.
Come out for football practice. I need you.
Yeah.
You can. That'll help us get better. There you go. See, that's where I'm going with it.
You want the eye in the sky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can show you what I'm talking about.
That's the camera never takes and never blinks.
Eye in the sky don't lie.
It never ever lets you
And
take
it takes
a play
your
off.
money. Yeah.
It sure does. It sure does. So we were talking about Redick a few minutes ago and his level of frustration at the end of the second quarter yesterday after the Lakers not really let him back in the game, but a little bit let him back in the game. Like they were control that game for most of the night, but you could tell like just his competitiveness, his coachiness, for lack of a better word, like his refusal to let anything slide. I love that about him.
Big time. Yeah.
And they nearly didn't have him. They nearly did not get him on the sidelines. They very aggressively, and by the way, I loved the idea of Dan Hurley when they were trying to get Dan Hurley. I think me and most Laker people were like, "That's a great idea."
So, well, you're coming off Darvin Ham.
Coming off Darvin, but just generally speaking, Dan Hurley was a move in a different direction. It wasn't just another NBA coach
a more
or a
established guy coming in. Yes,
intense. Would challenge people. Would be fiery.
Yeah,
and let's try something new.
Will not get caught sitting on the sidelines with his hands in his pockets.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Coming off Ham, he was the perfect next guy.
Yes, and it was different and bold and exciting. Because to just pick another NBA assistant coach or a guy that'd been a coach a couple of other places, like we'd seen that Darvin was the assistant, Frank Vogel was the guy that had been at other places, Luke was the hot assistant. Like you felt like you'd done it, like the college guy that's won a couple of titles, like this. Okay, cool, awesome. They aggressively recruited him. Felt like they got to the 1 yard line. Didn't happen.
He shut it down, didn't he?
He
said no.
He said no. He said no.
I bet he's regretting that.
And Redick is kind of sitting there, waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting.
When did the LeBron Redick podcast happen?
Earlier last year.
So it
went from Darvin's the coach.
Yeah.
LeBron and Redick are doing a pod. Darvin gets fired. Redick's name immediately gets thrown into the mix.
And then Hurley came in.
Right, and everybody's like, oh, because he's buddies with LeBron.
Right. Okay.
And it was kind of like poo-pooed.
Yeah.
And then Hurley's like, yay.
And rightfully so.
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think it was a fair criticism.
Yeah, rightfully
and
so.
yet, fast forward to where we are right now, and they got the right guy for the job.
Big time. Yeah. And right group of guys for his style of coaching. And something else I thought about last night was, remember, this is the team that did drop one to the Nets that shouldn't. So here you have an opportunity. You're playing Denver here, and they're not playing Jokic and Murray. You can't let this opportunity slip, right? So I bet that was his pregame speech. And then you're hitting from everywhere, but you're not getting back on defense. So the exact stuff that we just talked about, we're not doing.
Right.
So regardless of score, he should have smoke coming out of his ears.
He did.
And I hope he brought it into the locker room.
Yeah.
Right.
They were Dan Hurley saying yes away from not having that.
Yeah.
And that's why, to win a title, so many things have to break your way. To be in the playoffs for a long time, so many things have to break your way.
Especially health.
Like health, for sure. That might be the number. I think it's number 2, but it's really close to number 1.
Outside of baseball, we talked about this yesterday, when you just know one of your starters is going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Health is important in every single sport, but managing player health, that's NBA. You have to manage these guys to get through a schedule so you can get them into the postseason so you can make a run at a championship. That's the game.
It's a huge part of it.
Yeah, when to sit, when to play.
I think I think it's number 2 or number 1A. Number 1, you got to have good players.
Always, right?
Number 1, if I
can't win with bad players.
You can be as healthy as you want.
Yeah.
If your guys aren't very good, you're going to get your butt kicked.
If they stink, they stink.
You can have the best coach in basketball, be super healthy. If your players stink, you're dead.
Correct.
Okay, so players. Number 2, health. Number 3, good luck. And maybe coach is better, but you got to be a little bit like, as an organization, you got to be a little lucky. And they got a little lucky that this is how this broke. Now, they identified Redick early, so at least he was on their radar.
Yeah.
You get credit for that. But Dan Hurley could easily be here, and who knows what it looks like. Now, you'd still have LeBron, and assume everything else goes the same, and Luka's still here.
It'd be far more colorful.
Maybe, but it might not be as successful.
Wait, would they have hired him before they drafted Bronny?
Probably, yeah.
I wonder if Dan Hurley lets that happen.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it would be far more colorful if he were here. I don't know. Results aside, I don't know. They might even be better with Hurley. They could be a lot worse with Hurley. I don't know.
Yeah, fair.
We don't know. Fair. But either way, it would be a lot more colorful. He would say some stuff in the media.
He's so explosive,
combative sometimes.
And explosive. Like, he just flies off the handle.
So he may, instead of like you said, JJ, you can tell he was seething. 2-word response, right? Ask another question, long pause, 2-word response. Hurley may blow up in that moment.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. We can't do this. We got to get back on defense,
I don't think that most professional athletes, I'm not talking about high school, professional athletes are not going to respond to a guy exploding over and over and over again.
Not usually, no.
Yeah.
Not usually, no.
Occasionally, guys explode. That's fine. That's just part of it. But if every day you're exploding, it's like, all right, what else is new?
Right.
Yeah. And I don't think Redick is explosive. He gets angry. He gets frustrated. He coaches. But I keep coming back to, they got a little bit lucky that he's here. And then they got super lucky with that crazy trade that still doesn't make any sense.
Zero.
But great. Fine. Okay, fine. It's here. And through a series of kind of sort of setting the table by bringing Redick into the mix from the beginning, to having Hurley say no, to going back to Redick, then Luka, all of these things happen, and now you're looking at it and like, you know what? The final destination is real. A title is, I wouldn't say likely at this point, but it's not far-fetched the way it was several months ago.
Jackson Hayes, Austin Reaves, take your pick of guys that are, outside of Luka and LeBron. We know they're generational talents. It was the others and how they're playing and how they're developing and how JJ's got them playing. Yeah. If you're JJ Redick and if you're a guy that's watched basketball, this team has a chance to be dangerous in the postseason as long as it's healthy and as long as it's completely engaged.
Yeah.
every single moment.
And I think
you're not that good to where you can play that bad on the other end.
They're not.
Right.
That's 100% right. But they were Dan Hurley from saying, you know what, I think I want the job, from J.J. Redick calling those games as opposed to being on the sidelines.
Yeah, you are very
games.
lucky. Way to go, Rob Pelinka.
That is a great, fortunate, lucky break.
Yes.
I give him 22.6% credit for it, because he had identified him before and then went somewhere else, and then at least was smart enough to go back and get it.
He kept his mouth shut, and he got Luka. Yeah. Way to go.
Oh, no, that he gets 0.0% credit for. That, never mind. Never forget, DeMarco. Nico called him.
Wait a minute. That didn't get out.
Nico,
come on.
Hey, would you
give
like
him
Luka?
credit?
Yes. All I need you to do is shut up. Okay.
Do you think you could? I might have told the world.
You might have.
right. I'm getting Luka.
The Far Side coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. You can win and move into a brand new house courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. You can win and move into a brand new house. Think about that. Courtesy of Pechanga Resort Casino. Going on now through May 30th, Pechanga Club members can earn entries into the Home Suite Win promotion by playing their favorite slot machines or table games with a club card. And I'm sure you have one. In addition to the home giveaway, Pechanga is giving $50,000 to Habitat for Humanity of Greater Los Angeles, Habitat LA, to aid in rebuilding efforts following January's devastating wildfires. Love Habitat for Humanity. Go back a long way. Entries are live now and ending at 9:30 p.m. on May 30th. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Visit Home Suite Win webpage at pechanga.com/home giveaway for details.
The LA Kings' quick 2-game road trip continues tonight in Chicago after having their 5-game win streak snapped earlier this week in Minnesota. But the Kings' power play is starting to show more signs of improvement.
Doughty holds it in, feeds it to his left, along the wall, Fiala creeps in, cross-ice pass, Kempe, score! Adrian Kempe with a rocket from the near circle. It's a power play goal for LA.
Tonight, it's the Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5:30 Pacific. The all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry!
Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
How good was he really? He was fantastic. Thinking about Cooper Kupp, thinking about saying goodbye to him officially. He's headed to Seattle. He's headed back home. And you gave him exactly what he needed and what he's, had to go through his entire football playing life. You're doubting him again. And he's going back to the one place where he made his bones. When he was in high school, all 3 schools up there, Washington, Washington State, Oregon, and Oregon State, all 4 missed on him. He was right there. He went to everybody's camp. I think his grandfather is a Husky and was still alive when he was in high school. So there was a Husky connection, and Steve Sarkisian missed on him. Had him in his camp, said, I don't think you're going to be big enough to be a good enough Division I football player. And all he did was just torture Pac-12 schools when he got to college. Same thing here. I remember going into that playoff game versus Minnesota. There were questions about him being washed.
The one most recently?
Yes. The game, the question was Cooper Kupp washed? Completely washed. And then I guess you get your answer. He's no longer a Ram. So you have given him exactly what he wanted. Motivation. He gets to play in a familiar environment, familiar atmosphere. They're going to love him. He may wind up turning into Steve Largent up there. You never know. Just plant his big butt in the slot. You don't have to block anymore. All you do is do what you do best. Twist corners in the knots, catch passes, get north and south, get yak. You don't even have to score. Just be third down and Kupp again, and we'll love you forever. Yeah. This could be one that hurts for a while.
You've said it a handful of times. I've heard others say it as well, and I kind of expand on this a little bit. Them not asking him to do what they asked him to do here, and namely not block nearly as much. What toll does that take on a player like him? Because I think people, when you watch him on TV, I don't think you get a good sense of how big and strong he actually is. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Like he's 6'3" or whatever he is, and he's
He's
tank.
just not tall.
Right.
Yeah.
But he is a powerfully built guy that's a very, very good blocker, and they used him to do that a bunch. Like the touchdown that Puka scored towards the end of the season, I want to say it was against Arizona that kind of put that game away. He got free because Cooper threw a great block to kind of spring him loose.
Yeah. Okay.
And to not have to do that will do what to his game as a receiver?
Well, it's the same as, and I see this, it was the kid I just met when I was doing Good Morning Football. He's going to be a first-round safety. His name escapes me. I have it. I'll dig it up. But I asked him, I said, have you ever played linebacker before? Because he's 6'3".
Yeah, it's a big
and
safety.
I know what they're going to do. As soon as they get you into a facility, they're going to start talking about linebacker.
Eat this, lift this, and move over there.
Can you play in the box?
Yeah.
Can you start covering people if from here? By the way, can you just stay there and become a linebacker?
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. So same thing with those guys. There are guys that can make that change from safety to linebacker, but it does beat you up. It slows you down. It takes years off your career.
Yeah.
But that was the benefit of having Cooper Kupp, because you could get to certain things in the run game out of a 11 personnel because he could block so well. He basically became a tight end. So take that out and just do the route stuff. That's all we want you to do is just be this guy, help Sam Darnold become a better quarterback. That's it. When he's in trouble, he's going to look for you.
That either.
And that's
a
that.
Great point.
Right.
That Sam Darnold needs a guy like that in his life.
He really does.
Yeah.
He's the perfect guy.
He needs a guy like that in his life that's going to be where he's supposed to be, that's going to get open, and I'm going to catch it when you throw it to me.
Yeah. This is going to sting for a while as long as he can hold up. Now, I mean, there are some health concerns. We'll see if he actually stays together, but this could turn out to be one of those things that you see twice a year like, dang, he used to be on our side. Now he's over there. But the one thing I can't figure out is, do you have, outside of the Super Bowl, I'm going to take away two.
Okay.
Outside of the catch in the Super Bowl and the love of the game route that we just talked about versus Tampa, do you have another signature play from Cooper Kupp?
Okay, so you asked me this a little while ago, and you reminded me of one that I remember the play like it happened yesterday, but I'll be honest, I didn't know he was the guy on the other end of the play.
Oh, okay.
I remember it more as a Jared Goff play. I believe it was a Thursday night football game at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
and they were playing the Vikings.
Yes.
And he ran. They were going towards the peristyle end of the Coliseum, the one with the torch.
Yes.
And he was in the back right corner, and he was going from kind of where the goalpost is to that back right corner.
That's the one.
And Goff throws it, and I remember thinking, Goff, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop throwing, jump balls. And the pass was perfect.
Yeah.
And the catch was perfect. The toe tap was perfect. Like, all of that stuff was just on. But DeMarco, I'm not going to pretend I remember it was Cooper Kupp. I remember it as a Goff play, not as a Kupp play.
It was Kupp. And this was this was when Sean McVay buried the Tampa 2.
Oh.
What's his name? Was it Zimmerman?
Mike Zimmer.
Mike Zimmer is a stalwart.
Yeah.
Old school Tampa 2. Our linebackers can cover anybody.
No, they can't.
No, they can't. No, they
Not
can't.
anybody.
Oh my God! Yes, the Cooper Kupp killed him that day. He's on one of them.
Do you have one?
I do. I have a few from both eras, from Goff and I have a Matt Stafford era.
Okay.
It seems like Goff and Matt Stafford own that front right pylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little space where you can't guard it. He puts it on the money.
It's almost like a basketball screen.
Yes.
If I turn out towards the pylon and if you have inside leverage,
yes.
or I guess that would be outside leverage, that if the throw's on the money, you can't stop it.
If I'm on top of Cooper Kupp, I'm the corner, and he's running right at me. I have no idea which direction he's breaking.
Yeah.
And Stafford throws it before he breaks.
Yeah.
I've got no shot as soon as he turns left or right.
Yeah.
The ball's already there. Yeah. So that. Jared Goff, it always seemed like something, it was more yak. Like, you think you got him, you don't got him, he's in the end zone.
It feels...
Maybe one in New York, when it was a slog of a football game, and he caught one in the middle of the field and scored and kind of blew the game open a little bit.
I remember that one.
114-9.
Yeah. You were talking about Goff, and it feels bad to kind of dump on him in retrospect. Like, at the time, I was incredibly frustrated with him because it just felt like they were missing something there. But he was pretty good for the Rams. And he took him to the Super Bowl, and he was a good player. But the difference between Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford, I know we're talking about Cooper Kupp right here, but it's just night and day.
The arm talent's different.
It's just night and day.
You know what else I did?
The arm talent and the decision making.
Big time. The guts, the arm, I've got the arm to get it there, or I could set it up like you can't. But you know what else I did when I was looking up Kupp stuff? Just numbers. I've forgotten how good Robert Woods was.
He was.
Dude, so all the Kupp stuff is yards after catch. Well, who's making big play? Oh, him. Or Cooks.
So to answer your question about memorable plays, like with Robert Woods, it was 3rd and 33 against the Giants.
Right,
where
gone.
he housed it
To the heezy. Yes, sir.
And it was like one of them, wait, what? Because Robert Woods is a great wide receiver, but he wasn't a burner. It wasn't like he was like Brandon Cooks
he can get
would
behind
just
you.
run by everybody. Tutu runs by everybody.
Yeah.
But Cooks was not his game. And yet
I think that's how I'm going to do it.
He went by everybody.
That's how I'm going to remember him as a member of that trio, because that trio was devastating. Deep, tough, uncoverable, straight to the Super Bowl, or at least to the playoffs immediately. Yes.
Yeah, he'll be missed for sure.
No doubt.
Attention Laker fans, Michelob Ultra, ESPN LA, and the Lakers are giving you superior access. You can win a chance to tour the UCLA Health Training Center and shoot around with a Lakers legend. You can enter right now at ultralakerssshootaround.com. Presented by Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. You must be 21 years or older. No purchase necessary. That's ultralakerssshootaround.com for official contest rules and eligible counties. Lakers were really good last night, and that's without LeBron James. LeBron is hopefully back sooner than later, and I say this as nothing other than a positive indicator, DeMarco. Seeing him celebrate at his son's basketball game makes me very, very, I'm very optimistic about when he does come back.
Huh?
Very optimistic about his eventual return being successful.
That's a groin, huh?
Yeah.
You stretch pretty far on that celebration.
Very successful when he comes back. I just feel like that's not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, he's going to be great.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's get it back sooner than later. All right, join us March 24th between 2 and 5 p.m. at Ralph's PCH in Long Beach. Here's your address. It's 6290 East Pacific Coast Highway. I'll give you that again. 6290 East Pacific Coast Highway. Lakers legend Byron Scott and AC Green and the BB Go food truck will be there, and we're giving away Lakers tickets. Plus, you can cast your vote on site with us at LakersGefote.com and receive an exclusive Lakers Gefote t-shirt. Do not miss out. The Dodgers have a few days off. They are back here, and a little good news about their best guys. That's coming up. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's DeMarco. You guys know I'm a massive F1 fan. Nothing beats the speed, the energy, the atmosphere is electric on race weekend. If you want to experience it right, Absolute Sport is the way to go. Thanks to their partnership with Red Bull USA, they have exclusive rates and special access to F1 in Mexico City, Miami, Vegas, and Austin. With top-tier seats and luxury hotels, they handle everything. So all you have to do is enjoy the ride. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
The CONCACAF Cup Nations League Finals continue at SoFi Stadium March 23rd. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. The U.S. men's national team, Mexico, Canada, and Panama. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Cena. You asked me about Cena and the heel turn and giving his promo when he told the fans exactly what he thought.
Okay.
It reminded me of William Shatner on SNL when he's told his get a life.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So does he stay a heel forever or does he come back around?
No, he'll have a redemption angle. They all do. But in wrestling, it's better to go out on your back.
As a loser?
It's better to lose on the way out. Yeah, so the honor is when you're retiring, you lose.
Oh.
It's better. You get the sympathy that way.
Ah.
Right, so I could see him going out that way.
There's no fist in the air
Go out
moment.
like a champion? No such thing?
There's no Peyton Manning moment?
Well, he's got to
Pass
sell
the
it.
baton.
See, the thing is, right, he's got to make us hate him.
Yeah.
You have to. That's the thing. Like, Hogan made you hate him. Like, really hate him.
I know it's all fake, but here's my thing. You can't be the guy that does everybody's Make-A-Wish thing and be the nicest guy in the world and have everybody hate you at the same time.
You're going to have to say no. And there were some kids around ringside that were crying when he was giving that promo.
Because isn't he the guy that grants like every
hustle,
Make-A-Wish?
loyalty, and respect?
Yeah.
He's logged more hours than anybody at Make-A-Wish. Yeah, I know.
By the way, what a wonderful legacy.
What?
Like, to be the guy that did that for more sick kids than anybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the guy that says yes to all of it. That's a pretty good legacy.
Yeah, man. Andre the Giant had to do it. You have to do it. Yeah, it's the way it goes.
Did you ever see Andre on HBO?
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, and super sad.
So good.
Did you ever see him in person?
No.
Jeez, man. I mean, you think Jordan Mailata is huge.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Well, how tall was he? 7'4",
Andre the Giant,
5?
at least beyond 7 feet. So give or take a few inches.
Yeah.
At least 500 pounds. I mean, just a massive. When you see one leg walk by, it's as big as you are. Right.
I love those pictures that you see, like of him holding like a beer can.
Yeah.
And it looks like a toy.
Looks tiny, right.
It looks like a toy.
Yes.
It looks like it's this big.
And you legit had no idea whether he was sober, drunk, or was going to follow the script when he's in the ring.
That would be
It's
unnerving.
only he knew.
It would be very,
right.
very unnerving. What's on tap today on 710 ESPN, thanks to Michelob Ultra. Lakers again, back-to-back, this time Milwaukee. Coverage begins at 6, tip-off at 7:30. You can hear it for your afternoon drive on 710 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. It's odd that they've got Denver and Milwaukee back-to-back twice in a week.
Weird. It's weird scheduling. It really is. I wish you had LeBron through this stretch, but I'm almost happy you don't, because either way, it's going to be punishing. If you had LeBron going through this stretch, I wonder if the record would be different.
Sure it would.
Which one? Which
game?
game?
I'm not even going to get into the specifics. Just think about it. No, having LeBron James on your team, you're going to win more games than you don't have LeBron James.
But I mean, he is 40. He's an older guy, and you're playing a lot of back-to-backs. He's going to get worn down. I wonder how much.
I am not a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
I am not prone to conspiracies.
And if you came out of it with a good record using LeBron, what's he going to be after that?
I think
for a
this
month?
goes back to what you were saying a second ago. This is about seeding second after health. That health supersedes everything else. The Lakers are going to make the playoffs. The Lakers are not going to be in the play-in. I know that there's a weird world where they could, but it's very unlikely that they end up in the play-in. They're going to finish in the top between 2 and 6. It's very likely that that's where they land. I don't think they give a damn where it is. I think what they do care about is being as healthy as possible and playing well by the time they get there.
Yeah,
that's what matters.
That's mission one.
Let's be on our P's and Q's, and I think that's why Redick was so hot at the end of the second quarter last night. And let's be as healthy as we can. I think LeBron James is the most disciplined athlete I've ever seen when it comes to maintaining his body in 30 years of working in this business and 40 plus years of following sports closely. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody take better care of their body than LeBron James.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100.
So I have no doubt that he will be ready to go when it's time to go.
I hope so. I hope there's no lingering effects.
Yeah.
I hope when he comes back, he stays healthy and he's fully energized, because like Luka right now has to carry the team through this. And he's young enough to carry the team. He should be. How old is he again?
26.
You should be able to do this and light it up almost every night. And when LeBron comes back, I fully expect him to start carrying the team.
I think they carry it together.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, but LeBron is going to be healthy and fresh, hopefully, and will carry the team. And then they will gel and meld and get together for the postseason. But, yeah, this is a punishing stretch. Even if you did have LeBron, I'd still be worried, because he would probably miss time after a schedule like this.
Yeah, that could be it. This, if, capital I, capital F.
Yeah.
Okay? If this was done strategically, I'm okay with it. If this was done to, hey, let's make sure that we're ready to go when it matters most.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why I'm saying this, right? You saw the same video I saw when he was at his kid's deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, look, I'm not saying that he didn't have something that made him go, ooh.
No.
Right? I believe we've all had that moment like, hey, did I hurt myself right there?
That's not playing basketball, but I mean, you look okay.
You look
good. That's bad. I know it's terrible.
And he is 40.
Yeah.
And this is a crazy schedule where they've played, whatever. I don't know exactly what it is, like 14 games in 23 days.
It's punishing.
It's insane.
It makes no sense.
But, okay. It's also the thing that you and I like look at the league generally at large and go, man, why
just
every night you've got every team's playing 75% of their guys. That's a drag, but I get why they do.
Well, that's just a shot one for the schedule makers. You actually thought this would be good for the product? I understand sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And it's weird right now with how sports is changing. The landscape is changing. And I think there is a savior out there for basketball as far as viewership. And
what do you think it is?
Moving it slightly, because I think the old reasons why you were in a certain time slot and this time of year was because of something that doesn't exist anymore. So maybe you could just move it a little bit, fudge it. The game is great, but I think the way you're scheduling it might be crazy.
Yeah.
And it might kill two birds with one stone. If you move it slightly, alter it some, you may not have to worry about load management. You may get your stars every single night, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, if you could somehow, some way, either eliminate or drastically reduce the amount of back-to-backs and 3 and 4s and those sorts of things, you would get to see these guys a lot more. Because I think you bring up a great point, which is, even if LeBron didn't have the groin thing, right, that has kept him out for the last couple of weeks, playing what the Lakers, and I understand that the Lakers schedule over the last month is particularly jacked up because of the fires and they had to reschedule and do those sorts of things. But if he were playing like this, the odds of him either getting hurt or just wearing down and not playing as well are real.
Needing time off.
Yeah.
And I would rather him, if he needs time off, skip this part.
No question.
Right.
No question.
Yeah, so it kind of makes sense. When you think, if you're thinking of playing, if this is chess, that actually makes perfect sense.
You know
why waste him now?
You know what else I thought last night watching this, and I don't want to say it's been a 180,
right? Yeah,
because it's not a 180, but I've really changed my opinion on something over the last month or so, and it's about Austin Reaves. I thought Austin Reaves was good, but I didn't think he was like this, and I was wrong. He's this version of the Lakers is going to be the version of the Lakers we have sooner than later. Maybe it's next year, maybe it's 2 years from now, but the Luka Reaves being your headliners is coming.
Yeah.
And had you told me that even 2 months ago, that you're going to have Austin Reaves as the second best player on your team at some point, I'd be like, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
And right now you look at him like, yeah, that's fine. Now, the rest of the roster, your 3 through 13 or 14, needs to be a lot better. That needs to improve moving forward.
Right.
I'm talking post LeBron.
Yeah.
But Luka, Reaves, and fix the other part, that's a really good team.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
And I don't think I would have said that a month
Where
ago.
did Barry
Austin
bat?
Reaves is crazy.
Where did Barry bat in the order? Barry Bonds.
Third or fourth.
Who bat? Was it Kemp that was in front of him?
Kent was typically behind him.
Is it behind? So the protection is behind you.
Yes.
So who sees better pitches? Kent.
Yes.
Because you just put Bonds on? Is that what it is?
You have... It works both ways.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I have to pitch to Barry, theoretically, because I don't want to pitch to Kent, so Barry gets a little bit better. But I'm also not going to pitch to Barry because Barry's better than Kent. So now, with a guy on base, I have to be a little more aggressive.
What I'm trying to say is, with the attention that LeBron and Luka get, it's AR is just going to feast on whoever.
But even without LeBron right now,
I know
he's feasting.
He's balling. But but in this offense, he is going to feast off that one guy and kill it. And he's better than we thought.
A lot better than I thought.
A lot better than a lot of people thought. So Lou Williams was on somebody's TV show, and he was right. We have to pump it. The question was, is Austin Reaves the best third man in the league? Okay, that's a big stretch. Is he the best third man on this team? Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's fine. Let's just keep it in Los Angeles.
He might be the second guy before too long. I'm not trying to shove LeBron out the door. I'm not. LeBron, stay as long as you want, but he's 40. And the end is a lot closer than the beginning. And sooner than later, Austin Reaves is going to be the second best player on this team.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Luka and
Austin
Reaves.
Let's figure out what comes after that.
They want... Never mind. I saw a tweet. It was Connect. Like the new era of Laker basketball.
I already know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about snow time?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Come on, that's clever. That was clever.
It's funny.
That was clever.
It's funny, but I'm going to need that third guy to be better than a guy that can just make some threes.
I feel like Michael Che right now.
Yeah. The snow time Lakers is kind of funny.
That was hilarious. That was funny.
All right. Dodgers are hopefully getting their second and third best guys back by the time they play their other home opener, Part 2. DeMarco. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Rotolo Chevrolet, year after year, customer after customer, knocks it out of the park. And what I'm talking about is Dealer of the Year. The way you win Dealer of the Year at Chevrolet is by taking care of people, by making sure they get what they want. And that's what Mike Capozio and his guys at Rotolo Chevrolet do day after day, week after week, month after month, to the tune of 13 Dealer of the Year awards. That's what they've got going at Rotolo Chevrolet. That's why Mike Capozio's dancing on TV. That's why I love seeing Eddie and Armando and all those guys out at our softball game, because they just treat people so well, and they know exactly what you need, and they're going to explain it to you in a way that makes sense to you, and you're going to feel great, and you're going to tell everybody you know. That's what they do day after day after day. So if you've been thinking about a Chevy Silverado, if you've been thinking about a Chevy car truck, get on out to Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. It is right there. You cannot miss it. It's all the Silverados, makes, models, and colors that you can think of. So go check it out when you get there. Say, hey, Trav told me to come in and check out the Silverados. But If you are not near Fontana, we can still do that. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com. And you're going to have that same incredible experience. And when you go online, you should say, hey, Travis told me to come online and check out Rotolo Chevrolet.
The LA Kings' quick 2-game road trip continues tonight in Chicago after having their 5-game win streak snapped earlier this week in Minnesota. But the Kings' power play is starting to show more signs of improvement.
Doughty holds it in, feeds it to his left, along the wall, Fiala creeps across ice pass, Kempe, score! Adrian Kempe with a rocket from the near circle. It's a power play goal for LA.
Tonight, it's the Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5:30 Pacific. The all-new ESPN LA app.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and switch to the expensive shampoo with amino acids. Sure, you don't know what those are or why you need them, but it sounds very impressive. And if you switch and save hundreds, you can massage it into your scalp every day. Now, if only you can get people to lean toward your head to smell those aminos. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For shampoo, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Michelle Smallman here. Do you want to be at the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft. Experience the thrill of the draft firsthand and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't wait. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
So he had the Shaq Slurpee. He bought everybody Hostess. Bad move,
Not
but
everybody.
thank you.
I haven't eaten it, though.
I offered everybody.
You
Okay,
did.
no,
Yeah,
no,
you did.
you didn't.
Yeah, but
I
the
don't like
cabbage,
none of
though.
the stuff that you. Shut
But the
up.
cabbage.
The
So
cabbage
good.
was good.
Aluminum
Okay, leave
phosphate.
me alone.
We'll bring up the cabbage in a little bit.
Soy lectin.
I hate you.
Is that one of the
I'm
ingredients?
just looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Just
eat it.
bread
I'm
and
going to
chocolate,
eat
man.
it.
Just go
Yes.
for
I
it.
don't.
How many different varieties of sugar are in there? Is it sugar?
Let's see.
Corn syrup's got to be in there.
It's in there.
There's at
Keep
least
going.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Sugar, corn
Well,
syrup.
there's non-fat dry milk, so that makes it healthy.
Oh.
Right there.
That's basically like eating an apple.
Right.
It's
That's
the
it.
same thing. Yeah. Apple or sleeve of donuts.
Done.
Both the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'm
So,
good.
so what was the list? The Slurpee, the Hostess, what else?
And you fixed
Oh, yeah.
your father-in-law's wheelchair last night.
Yeah, so he...
Did you see that video?
I did.
was
You
a-
fixed a
Well,
Did
a
he
motorized
fix it?
wheelchair.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a picture. So
You're amazing.
So I get there and
No, he's
like,
not.
so-
Don't gas him up.
The cabbage was good though. So I get to his house and then he says, "Hey man, listen, I ordered a motor like a gearbox for my wheelchair because the right side went out. So I bought the replacement part. Can you help me put it together?" I was like, "We can try. I mean, I can't promise you anything, but we can try." So we start figuring out which bolts need to come out, what pieces need to come out. So. He's helping me handing tools and stuff, so I'm doing the whole thing. Now, he's handicapped, so he can't,
Sure.
So I'm helping him out. We take it apart, and we noticed that when we put the new part in, it was a left side. We needed to repair the right side.
Okay.
So we got 2 left gearboxes. Now, the wheels are going...
The wrong direction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then I said, "Hey, man, we're going to have to return this. Like, we have to take it apart again, put it back together, and then we'll see what happens. While we're doing that, somehow maybe it was just a loose wire that he thought was faulty. I connect the right side again.
And it works?
And it works.
Magic touch.
The fact that we took everything apart, put it back together, took it apart again, put it back together, and it was all within, 4 hours?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I haven't done this. So that he's like, hey, you want me to record you saying that you fixed my thing? I'm like, hey, sure.
There
so
you
that's why
go.
I'm like, it's a lie.
See, we fixed
fixed
stuff.
it, man.
There you go. You fixed stuff.
So now he's got to return that part.
The idea of taking something, I'm assuming that's fairly complicated.
Yeah.
Right?
How many hours?
We did it in 4 hours, but we swapped it twice.
What sort of tools did you have to use?
It's just screwdriver, Allen wrenches, jack. I gave him my motorcycle jack since I don't have a motorcycle anymore.
Yeah.
The motorcycle jack lifted the thing.
Okay.
So it was just, screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, and ratchets and sockets.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
How many parts do you think?
It was a whole bracket. It was a gearbox itself, and then take out the batteries. So... yeah, we're talking about a solid
Any
dozen
grease?
parts. Oh, grease for
Grease
sure.
too, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
To put it back together would be like doing brain surgery.
I love
for
it.
me.
Way to go, man. Congrats. That's what I'm
Can you
talking
take
about.
apart something like that and get it back together?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to fix your stuff.
No, here I am.
Right?
Obviously you don't.
You got to fix your stuff.
TaskRabbit.
I'm sitting right here. I've never fixed a single thing in my entire life.
Did you say TaskRabbit?
Yes.
That's the same thing Emily said.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Wow, come on.
Yeah.
Either that or my boyfriend. I mean, or my
Oh,
brother.
well, there you go. Yeah.
Angie's List, still a thing? Oh, no.
What's that?
Angie's List?
Same thing.
Oh,
It's
Do you have a
different name for the
toolbox
same
at
thing.
home?
Yeah,
You-
I
you-
have tools.
You have a toolbox.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a roller cabinet.
You have a roller cabinet. I was going to say, do you get garage shamed by other guys
My
when they walk
garage is
in?
a disaster
Is
area.
it really? Okay, like where are your tools? What do you have?
No, I have tools.
Yeah.
I don't know how to use
Do you have a
them.
bunch of tools?
Stop.
No?
I don't.
Come on. You have a drill?
Wait.
Yeah.
You have a saw?
Yeah.
You have a hand saw?
Yeah.
Okay. You have
They
a
have the tags on them?
No, I,
tags on?
The drill I actually can kind of use because I can use it as a screwdriver and a drill.
Yeah.
Obviously, so
Yeah.
I can do that.
Battery powered?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have one that plugs in just in case?
No, I just have the
Okay.
battery power.
What else do we need? What's the metal saw?
Like a sawzall?
Nope. What do you call that? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Never mind.
Like,
do you have
I know what you're talking. It's the
that one?
That one.
the one with you unscrew
That one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
know. You can
It's
cut
not coming to
metal. You
mind
cut
right
pipe.
now. What'd you say?
I didn't
Oh
say
no.
that.
Do you have an axe?
No.
Why would you need an axe?
Everybody needs an axe. You never know.
Well, I don't
You might
have
need to
one.
get through the wall. You never know.
That's it.
It's drywall, man. You can run through it.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
playing
Do you,
the
have,
NFL,
I don't live in the
DeMarco.
wilderness.
Do you have a
What do I
sledgehammer?
need no.
you might need to get through a wall. Okay, I'm just saying. Do you have a wheelbarrow?
How often? No. No.
How many walls are you trying to
I was
break?
gonna say,
You
there's
never
a lot
know.
of broken walls in
I
the
am
far
planning
house.
for anything just in
Yeah.
case. I'm just
Talk
saying.
about the far side, man.
I'm just saying. There you go.
What do
Yes.
other than to escape my own home, what do I need an axe for?
You never know. I mean, yeah.
What do you use your axe
You know,
for?
flare gun?
If I have to,
I'm
like,
a little
hack a
concerned for
tree
you.
down or something
Who
Have you
does
done that?
in the back. Well, I mean, limbs.
Okay.
Whack a limb or two, or break something in the ground, like a root.
It's bothering me that I can't
Yeah.
think of the name of that saw. I know
Me-
exactly.
it's killing me
what does
too.
it look like?
It has this shape. So
Yeah.
it has the handle, like almost like a gun handle.
Once we
And
say
then
it,
goes
you're gonna be like,
it goes
"Oh."
like this. And it has the blade.
I
in the
bet
middle.
you have one. Everybody has one in their garage.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
The blade's usually blue.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And you, yeah. Go ahead. All right.
I know what it's called. Go ahead. What do you mean?
I don't know.
Where do you want me to go?
I don't know.
I thought you had
What
something
were we
that you wanted
talking
to
about
get
to begin with?
Crosscut hand saw?
No.
Nope, that's not it.
No. We both know it.
It's not a hacksaw. Is it a hacksaw? It is a hacksaw. Thank you
Yes,
very much.
It's a hacksaw.
Hacksaw.
Yes.
Okay.
Dodgers, part
I'm-
two.
Oh, are you guys talking about the one with the two?
Yes.
It has two of them.
Yes.
No, not two.
No, wait.
saw.
No. Not
But
the two-hand.
It's not two-handed, but it has the two screws that you connect in
Oh,
each
this is
end.
killing me.
This
Hacksaw.
one. Hold on.
It's a hacksaw.
Yeah.
It is a hacksaw.
This one, right?
Yes, that's a hacksaw.
A hacksaw. Thank you. Okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no.
Okay, everybody has a hacksaw.
Neither one of us could think of the word. We both have it.
But we
yeah.
have one in the house somewhere. Yes.
Good news for the Dodgers. They are saying that both Mookie and Freddie are expected to be ready to go by the time they open up opening day part 2 a week from today. They
Oh, good.
Play the Tigers a week from today. They play the Angels this weekend, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, open Thursday against the Tigers, and both Freddie and Mookie are expected to be ready
That's
to go.
good on multi-levels because if it's illness for Mookie, right?
Virus.
Imagine if that kept him out more than a month.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Do we need to wear masks around you or something? I don't know.
Well, for sure.
And you lost 15 pounds.
That's the part I keep coming back to. And they were saying that because what it sounds like, and I'm not trying to be gross here.
We're not doctors.
But what it sounds like is that he got a really aggressive flu that caused a lot of vomiting and diarrhea. That's what this sounds like. And he was dehydrated, and the Dodgers were concerned about his level of dehydration leading to potential soft tissue issues.
Yeah.
And that's why they pulled him back.
That's fair.
And that to me is the best case scenario, because let's get him rehydrated. He will start to put some of this weight back on, and he'll be good to go.
He should take pictures now, because you'll never be skinnier.
Yeah.
You'll never look
such
better.
A skinny guy,
but you'll never look better. You got model face now.
He's got him.
Yeah, you're drawn in. I mean, but now 15 pounds down, all water. Yeah, you're looking good. Take pictures.
He's going to look very, very lean.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
Take pictures with your shirt off. Go ahead, do that. And the other thing is, I'm not surprised Freddie's going to be ready. I'm not surprised he missed.
That's the one that causes me a little bit more concern.
But I'm not surprised he missed the first two if he's got a little bit of a thing.
So that has gone from that's weird to that's pretty weird to
How often do ribs keep you out?
So
yeah,
it's not just the ribs. It's what the rib is and what it was and what it might be. This is the same thing he was dealing with at the end of last season. It was a long time ago. It's still there. Okay, so we've had an off season to get this right, and when it came time to go, he was not ready to go.
What can't heal in that amount of time?
There you go. Now we're on the same page.
But I've never heard of a rib taking that long, unless it's broken.
I am not it is a cartilage thing, and I read it this morning that this is the same thing that he was dealing with towards the end of last season. That's a long time to have the same thing still be. And no, maybe it's just a tiny little thing.
I don't do the twisting, but maybe cartilage does wear down over time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is he didn't play. The what it is and how it. I don't know. All I know is he didn't play, and he had 5 months off, and he did play a little in spring training. But when it came time to go, he was not. And this is a guy that plays all the time. And Dave was saying he was aggressively lobbying. He wanted to play. He can play, et cetera, et cetera. My thing is, a guy that always plays didn't play, and it's the same thing that was bothering him back in October.
That's amazing to me.
That's a lot of stuff that makes my brain feel less than great.
It's just it's the sport. It is baseball. It's just one of those weird things. Like, it's a small thing, but not in that sport. It becomes a big thing because of how you use your body. Well, obviously not. I mean, if it's still the same injury he was dealing with from last season,
to be specific,
that's weird.
To be specific, they said it's in the same area. To me, that means it's the same thing.
Same thing, or he keeps doing it over and over again.
If at the end of last season, my right knee hurt.
Yeah.
And then the next season starts, and my right knee still hurts. I'm assuming that's kind of the same thing.
I remember he might have been talking to Ireland way back when Shaq was talking about injury. I hurt my left knee, and guess what I did? I hurt the right knee. I hurt my left ankle. You hurt the right ankle. I wonder, because maybe Freddie, it's biomechanically because of his ankles.
Yeah.
And Harold Reynolds says you may have changed your swing. Remember I told you that?
Yeah.
Freddie didn't want to get into it?
Yeah.
Maybe he is, because of his feet and the way his ankles are now. Maybe he's over-rotating, and he keeps doing the same thing over and over again.
It's just a lot of little things that from a guy that doesn't have a lot of little things.
But it makes sense. He's been doing this a while.
Yeah.
And when your body doesn't respond like it used to, you're going to start using other parts of that body that don't get used, and sometimes they get a little damaged.
This went from a 0 out of 10 concern, he misses opening day, to a 0.1 concern, to a 0.2, to now I'm officially at a 1.
Play this game with me then. Okay, so let's remove Freddie for 100 games.
Okay. God, I hope that's not true.
But let's. I'm good. I hit the right number.
Yeah.
Let's remove Freddie for 100 games. Where are the Dodgers now?
In first place in the NL West. Yeah.
They have backups.
How do you say that with a straight face and be okay with that? That's ridiculous. Freddie Freeman, a Hall of Famer, could be out for 100 games and you're still in first place.
They put together a good roster.
That's wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
They put together a really good team, but they are more likely to get beat in a postseason series if he's less than his best.
Oh, 100.
And that's, look.
I guess he's going to have to accept the LeBron treatment too. We're going to have to keep you healthy. Yeah, or play you as much as you need to get in the rhythm, but We need you in the postseason.
Yeah. I don't know how that gets managed because he wants to play. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's important that this is the guy we're talking about. This is not a guy that misses time. Mm-hmm. This is, as far as by modern standards, this is your Iron Man. Maybe it's not 20 years in a row like Cal Ripken or whatever the number was, but he doesn't miss time. And that he's missing time or at least missed a little time is something to me.
You missed 2.
I hope it's nothing.
Me too.
I hope he shows up on Thursday and gets 3 hits and everybody's like, yeah, dude, we said he's fine. We're just being a little overly cautious. Great. But until I see that, I got my eyes open.
Crazy. Yeah. Losing Freddie is not the end of the world. That's insulting.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's everybody can withstand one.
Yeah.
What the Dodgers have that nobody else has is they could withstand more than one. That they could withstand 2 or 3 or 4.
You just saw it. Yeah, you just saw it with a rookie pitcher, and
they still look just really. They went from I can't beat that to I got to play really well to beat that.
Oh yeah, we're all playing for second.
It's a lot.
Yep.
It is a lot. Factor Cap coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. If you've been in a car accident, you know what I'm talking about when I say how scary it can be and how confusing it can be and how. Never mind how the accident happens fast. Everything that happens after the accident can seem to happen really fast too. Where insurance companies are trying to get you to take settlements, and you're not quite sure exactly what's happening. You're kind of trusting the insurance company. This is why you need to call the law office of Joseph S. Normand. So you have an expert on your side. So you have somebody that knows the lay of the land in these moments that can make sure that you're not being taken advantage of, that you get what you're supposed to do, and that you're treated like a member of a family. And that's what Joe does. And I can speak to that firsthand. When my son was in an accident, we called Joe, and he took care of everything. And it's just incredibly comforting to know that you have somebody that knows the ins and outs of not just the law, but of the insurance companies and what they are supposed to be doing and not what they can get away with. So if you're hurt in an accident, call the law office of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000. You can also go online at normandlegal.com. And if maybe you've got a case, you need a second opinion, call Joe, 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. And when you call Joe, make sure he knows that Travis sent you along.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I wanted to know, when everything's said and done, do you guys want to write an autobiography?
No.
That was quick.
I want to write a book, but I don't want it to be about me.
Yeah.
You have an interesting life, John. That would be kind of dope. Not kind of. It would be dope.
I've got like 30 pages of a fiction book.
That's what I'd want to write.
Fiction.
Aspects of me, but not about me.
So
I don't think I would not write an autobiography. I don't think I'm that interested. I got to be honest. Plus, I've said everything on the radio. What else can I put in a book?
I'm sure there's things that we don't know that people would want to know.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm never going to go that deep. This is as deep as I get.
Yeah, right. But I see Ireland writing like a
tell-all.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
The entry window is now closed.
But ESPN LA and BBGO are still on the hunt to find the Lakers GOAT, the greatest Lakers fan of all time. And now we're going to need your help. From now till March 24th, just go to LakersGoFote.com and vote for the GOAT. The Lakers GOAT is going to be rewarded with incredible prizes like courtside seats and a whole lot more. So remember, do your part and vote for the Lakers GOAT now through March 24th, only at LakersGoFote.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com. LakersGoFote.com.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, Next Gen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from Next Gen. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN today.
REXGEN. Call 833-3NEXT-GEN.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Factor Cap.
All right, guys. Producer
Wait, what you looking at,
hi.
DeAndre? Coming in here staring at me. We can go, man.
He'll whoop your butt, man.
Man, look. You will get taken down and strangled. Let's go.
All right, guys.
Can I just
Wait, hold on.
hijack this and
No.
then take over the first one?
Hold on. First of all, I just want to announce we will be having Dr. Clapper next segment.
Clap on.
And then, yes,
Clapper vision.
because I can make fun of myself, George, you can take the first one.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so earlier I said something about the cabbage.
Yeah.
So we have a great partner here. Waba Grill brings in amazing food, right? They bring the chicken, they bring the
Boom Boom
dumplings,
tacos.
the tacos.
Those tacos are
Those
good.
tacos are
Right.
good. The
So
shrimp
out of
ones.
all their amazing things, our friend Laura back here, out of the tacos, out of the chicken, this is her favorite part.
Oh, they give you a little extra chicken, too?
A little extra chicken.
The cabbage is so good. The cabbage is amazing. I love cabbage, and I told the guys, I'm like, don't put rice, put cabbage.
Is there a dumpling in here?
Of course,
Yeah.
The cabbage is great.
She loves the cabbage. So,
Love the
Factor
cabbage.
Cap. Comparing the cabbage, that's the equivalent of going to the taco joint, Travis, and saying the cilantro and the onions are great.
I'm sorry, Laura. I really like you.
Oh.
I really do. I think you're great. I think you're smart. I think you work hard, but fact.
The
Yeah,
cabbage?
First of all, cabbage only goes on a fish taco.
No.
Second of all, the cabbage is just there so when you bite it, it crunches.
Right.
Like it
Okay.
doesn't
No.
really even taste like all that much.
Wait,
It's so good.
Is there anything to the cabbage, or they just cut cabbage and put it in
Shredded
there?
cabbage.
Just plain old shredded cabbage?
It's cooked.
It was cooked.
That's even
Any
worse,
sort of
'cause then it
sauce,
gets all
seasoning
limp
on
and
it?
I put sauce in it.
disgusting.
You put sauce
Yeah.
on it.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, sorry, Laura.
I'm
sorry.
gonna defend myself a little bit because I can't eat a lot of carbs, so I didn't want the rice. So instead of rice, I put cabbage, and I was like, "Whoa, the cabbage is really good." You genuinely
Travis,
saw that.
I would be so hurt if I made tacos. And all this meat and marinated, cooked it properly, whatever, and you complimented.
Hey, Trav, what do you think of those tacos? DeMarco,
Cabbage
this cabbage is killing it.
It's so
I would
good.
throw you right out of that.
What about the carnitas? What about the asada?
The
what
stuff
about
I spent 2 days on.
all this, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. This cabbage is just
Listen.
blowing my socks off.
Waba Grill, you do so many things great. The Boom Boom tacos are actually really good. The shrimp ones, but the cabbage though, it was
Oh
great.
my God.
Laura, sometimes you just got to
I
take
love
the L.
cabbage,
That's fine.
but I told the
It's
guys,
fine. It's
don't
fine.
put rice,
It's
put
fine.
cabbage.
We all have bad takes, and this is yours. It's fine.
All right. We'll go to the next one. See, I can make fun of me.
The
It's okay.
cilantro's good, though.
The cilantro is outstanding.
Like,
Grilled
I get
onions,
why you
you know?
have it on there. It's fine, but like if it's not there, you're still going for it.
How do you like the burger? The ketchup is great.
Yeah, I love that lettuce you put on it was amazing.
All right, guys, moving on. You guys got your laughing for today. So yesterday when I got home, I usually park underneath, so I have to take the elevator up to my floor, right? So it stops on the first floor. A gentleman comes in with the cutest dog ever, this little miniature poodle. The first thing I do is like, oh, what a cute pup, right? Didn't get a reaction, but the pup just like goes for me and just starts jumping, trying to get me to pet the dog. I always ask, hey, can I pet your dog? Because I don't want to assume. The guy didn't respond, so I was like backing away from the dog. And then I was like, you know what? Have a nice day. I noticed he wasn't trying to engage. He looks at me, gives me the maddest look, and then looks down. And I'm like, dude, you can't have a cute dog and have a booty attitude. Like, you just can't. That doesn't go together. You know, because your dog is clearly friendly. You are not. So my question was, Factor Cap, if you're a dog owner, especially a cute dog owner who's very playful, like the dog is playful, you shouldn't be a grouch.
I'm gonna go fact there. I am, and I it happens a lot to where the dog is nicer than the owner. But if your pet is friendly, and you can usually tell when the pet is friendly and it's not going to hurt you, so you should ask, may I pet your dog? Or just say, is he friendly or not? Oh yeah, he loves people, he loves this, that sort of stuff. But yeah, if you have one of the cutest dogs that I guess is gonna get that awe reaction, then you should expect people to go awe when they see that dog and act accordingly.
I'm going to give this guy a little grace and go, Cat. Maybe he just got the worst news of his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe he just found out he got sacked from his job. Maybe he just walked in his house and saw something he didn't want to see. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it was just he was having a bad moment. That he is a decent guy. That he is a guy that would typically, the dog's great. Yeah, of course, pet the dog. But he just found out doctor gave him some bad news.
Then tell the dog no. Like, if the dog is like going up to you, tell the dog no.
But the dog's just going to kind of do what the dogs do,
right? I mean,
no, some dogs are antisocial, man. They just stick to themselves.
But that's what I mean. If the dog's just sees
there
a
are
person
people like
and
if you
wants to
see
go.
like there's like women with these little cute dogs, sometimes older women, and you go to pet the dog, they'll pull the dog away. Like, don't pet my dog. So if the dog wants to say hello and you don't stop him, and then you get mad at me for saying hello to the dog, I think that's wrong.
Two things here.
Yeah.
Either the dog smelled the cabbage on you or the neighbor doesn't like you. Simple.
Do you know this neighbor?
Never. I've never seen him in my life. He came out of the first floor. He like looked like he had been walking the dog because he looked like in gym clothes.
Okay.
So I was
maybe
trying
a
to
dog sitter, you know? Never know.
Trying to give people the benefit of the doubt.
It's been a bad day.
I had Danes, man, and I would tell people, like, leave this one alone.
Yeah.
Like, don't touch his nose. He doesn't like it. And then they would. Well, you're going to get what you're going to get. I told you, don't touch his nose. He doesn't like it. Don't stare him in the eyes. He doesn't like that either. And you do the two things he doesn't like, that's on you. I'm sorry.
Sounds like a great dog.
Right.
That sounds like a really wonderful thing to have around the house.
I know, yes, this dog.
Taking a very
We're
hard left
working
here.
with him.
Two teddies.
So we've all heard of the astronauts that were stuck in space for 9 months. Yesterday, I asked the guys what would be the first thing they would want after they got out, of the little thing that they were stuck in. But I want to know, your significant other was this astronaut. Let's pretend, right?
Wait, we had astronauts stuck?
Yeah, for 9 months.
Oh, yeah, for 9 months. They went up there for 3 days, got stuck up there for 9
you know
months.
the story?
Over 9 months.
Yeah.
Okay,
How are
go
you
ahead.
not? Okay.
Bro, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
yeah.
let's pretend your significant other is one of the people that is stuck.
Yeesh.
Okay, stuck there for 9 months. It was a female and a male that were stuck. We all got needs, bruh. Things may or may not happen up there because it's 9.5 months.
Laura.
I'm just saying. Okay? I'm just saying. So if your significant other was one of those astronauts that was stuck up there and decided, to get it on,
Oh, my God.
would you give them a pass because they were stuck in
Where
space for
is
9.5
this question coming from?
Factor Cap.
This is a
It's
trap.
in space. It's not even in this technically in Earth. So would you just
Travis?
give them a pass?
Travis?
Okay, look, I'm going to answer this to the best of my ability.
Yes.
I don't think that being faithful to your partner is predicated on geography.
Exactly.
Just saying.
I don't think that, I was out of the neighborhood, the zip code, the state, the country,
The
the
speed
galaxy. I don't know, where the line of where all the rules or the commitment that I've made to you no longer
What
exists.
happens on the moon stays on the moon.
Right.
People do that in Vegas all the time.
This is just Travis here.
Yes.
That my relationship with my wife is about more than just geography. So 9 months, that's a long time without physical companionship, shall we say. But it's also not an impossible ask. So no, you do not get a pass if you're trapped in space.
Well said. Yes, sir. If I'm stuck in a space capsule in space, that's the last thing on my mind. I'm trying to get home.
Yeah, but I hear you. I mean, after you're done freaking out, right? Like,
there's a lot of time up there, man.
And that's a long
Bro,
time.
are you crazy? We're trying to get this thing back on the ground.
But what if they tell you, look, we're going to get to it, we're trying to figure it out, but just sit tight.
Then we're going to keep trying until it's over. But that's crazy. But would I give her a pass?
Yeah.
If that, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'd be so happy you were back. I could care less what happened up there.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
This could be just one of those things. Keep it to yourself.
Don't tell me.
I'm better off not knowing. Just don't tell me.
Now, if the other guy you were with made a movie out of it, and then I found out in the theater, yeah, we're gonna have problems. You didn't tell me this part.
The secret's out.
Yeah, well, it's not a secret at that point.
It didn't stay in the galaxy, man.
Right.
It didn't stay in the galaxy.
You didn't tell me this. Hold on.
Exactly.
Riona, is you giving Brenda a pass?
Nah. No,
Would you guys want a
look,
pass?
Brenda, keep it to yourself.
Like I said, if I'm stuck in space, that would be the last thing on my mind. I'm scared to death. I'm trying to get home. All I'm looking at is gauges, not you. Right. This thing says 0.
How's our oxygen level so far? Like, are we gonna make
for the life of me, I don't understand how they were up because they were only supposed to be up there for a few weeks, right?
Yeah,
a
couple of days.
Okay, so a couple of days, and they ended up being up there for 9 months. So clearly, they were able to get things up to them to keep them alive.
Yeah,
right. They were able to feed them. They were able to get them water. They were able to get them the things that you needed to get. But they couldn't get them back.
Wow,
that's the part. And again, I'm not an astrophysicist. What the hell do I know? But I don't know.
I feel bad that I miss astronauts stuck in space.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I was reading more on this, and then the journey for them to recover, get back to somewhat normal, it's going to be about a year because there's no.
That was the picture I saw this morning.
So there's no gravity up there. So for you to digest food is not the same as down here.
You lose muscles.
So your diet has to change.
Yeah.
Because your stomach is basically everything's floating.
Was it the twin brother that went up and came back taller?
Yeah.
Because there's no gravity.
No, there's no gravity. So you stretch out.
He stretched out.
You want to hear a weird one?
Yeah.
Your head gets bigger.
Yeah.
Like your head gets
so
bigger.
I got a big head. I'm stretching out. There's no air, and you want to hanky-panky.
Maybe you think it's the last day.
What is wrong with you? Yes.
Yeah. You got to get your balance back. You got to rebuild your muscles.
Not happening. No.
I'm out on all of that.
You get the spacesuit off?
Yeah, they're in they're in t-shirts and stuff
just
sometimes.
Trying to work this out.
Yeah. It does look cold.
It's right. Does this? Never mind. Move on.
9 months is a long time.
Laura.
Yeah, but it is.
What? I'm just saying.
Why would you introduce this?
All right, Dr. Clapper's going to join us next. I got some rib questions. It's coming up in just a second. Let me remind you that Factor Cap brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You got a lot of choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. You can go online at normandlegal.com. Give Joe a call. 213-747-2000. Dr. Clapper joins us next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, LA.
The LA Kings' quick 2-game road trip continues tonight in Chicago after having their 5-game win streak snapped earlier this week in Minnesota. But the Kings' power play is starting to show more signs of improvement.
Kempe near corner, scans, back for Kuzmenko, up top, Fiala shoots, it's blocked on a one-timer. Doughty holds it in, feeds it to his left, along the wall, Fiala creeps in, cross-ice pass, Kempe, score! Adrian Kempe with a rocket from the near circle. It's a power play goal for LA. And with 15:01 to play in the first period here in Minnesota, it's 1-0 LA.
Tonight, it's the Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5:30 Pacific on the all-new ESPN LA app.
For any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
The LA Kings' quick 2-game road trip continues tonight in Chicago after having their 5-game win streak snapped earlier this week in Minnesota. But the Kings' power play is starting to show more signs of improvement.
Doughty holds it in, feeds it to his left, along the wall, Fiala creeps across ice pass, Kempe, score! Adrian Kempe with a rocket from the near circle. It's a power play goal for LA.
Tonight, it's the Kings and the Chicago Blackhawks. Don't miss the action. Listen live at 5:30 Pacific. The all-new ESPN LA app.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy a round for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking.
Is
I
there
thought
any-
that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
The cabbage is amazing. I love cabbage. And I told the guys, I'm like, don't put rice, put cabbage.
Put
I hate you.
Yeah, you're going to want to come in early one morning, Laura, and delete that.
I think so.
Yeah,
I hate you.
yeah, you're going to want to
think
find
so.
that file and
I'm
get
not
rid of
deleting it because I stand by it. If you
Well, then,
see
good for you.
You know what I mean?
Good for you. Stand on your business. Is
Stand
that
on
the phrase,
business.
DeMarco?
That's it.
Stand
Did I
on
get that?
business.
Stand on business.
Yeah.
There
Go to
we
a steakhouse and ask for ketchup.
Right,
Yeah.
Doc?
There you go. Stand on it.
All right, let's talk with author, sculptor, surfer, radio host. Oh yeah, orthopedic surgeon. The biggest Renaissance man I've ever known, Dr. Robert Clapper. How are you, Dr. Clapper? How you feeling?
So nice to hear your voice, Travis. Good to talk to you, DeMarco.
What's
I love
happening? How are you, sir?
Super busy. I just heard from the La Brea Tar Pits that there's going to be a big exhibit this July that I'll be speaking about.
Wow.
About my research on the saber-toothed cat and their hips and what I discovered. So,
Saber-toothed cats and their
July's
hips?
been a big day.
And their hips?
Yes.
What did you
their
discover
hips.
about their hips?
I went to the La Brea Tar Pits and noticed that they were showing only normal bones in the museum of these extinct animals. And I asked, hey, where's the abnormal bones? So I met with the curator, and she showed me 3 pelvises from 20,000 years ago, 3 of the saber-toothed cats, normal socket on one side, and the other side looked like a bomb went off. He said to me, we've had these for 100 years, Dr. Clapper. We have no idea what's going on. I said, I know what's going on. Anyway, to make a long story short, I took the pelvises to Cedars-Sinai, my hospital, got a CAT scan, no pun intended, and showed that these animals were born with bad hips, which meant they lived into adulthood, which means someone was feeding them for them to become an adult with such a bad hip. And so they've always felt that the saber-toothed cat was like a mountain lion, hunted by itself, like a jaguar. But instead, if someone's feeding them, that means the pack is taking care of each other, so they're like African lions. So they're wrong. They're not solo hunters. They're part of a pack. So they changed all the textbooks, and there's a big exhibit at the museum with my research.
So do I need to add paleontologist to your list of credits when I introduce you next time?
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Deal. Done deal
It's
for
pretty
sure.
cool.
That's very cool.
Pretty cool.
I need a clap revision on something, if you don't mind. Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts both missed the first couple of games of the season. Mookie had an illness and lost some weight, and they were worried about some dehydration there and soft tissue injury. So we'll get to that coming up in a second. I want to start with Freddie, and I want to read you this. This is from the LA Times story, and it says, with Freeman, the Dodgers wanted to ensure that his rib issue, which is in the same place he suffered torn cartilage last postseason, wouldn't get worse before they can fully examine him in Los Angeles this week. Tell me what an injury that happened last postseason, so we're talking October, could linger into where we are right now, mid-March, and should I be optimistic that that will heal or something that could affect him moving forward?
Okay, you guys ready for a clap revision?
Yes, sir.
Your and my rib cage is like a bird cage. When you go to a pet shop and you see a bird cage, the ribbing is usually north-south, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I want you to take the bird cage and rotate it so that the ribs of the rib cage of the bird cage are horizontal. And you've all been to bar mitzvahs and weddings where there's someone playing the accordion, which collapses. So you have a horizontal bird cage that's collapsible.
Okay.
That's in essence what we're talking about when it comes to your rib cage. The key is the muscles that attach to your rib cage. And I'll just, give you the real names just so you know what they are. Serratus anterior. This is a muscle that actually keeps your shoulder blade, your scapula, attached to your ribs. Well, what do you need your scapula for? You need it to throw. You need it to bat. Then there are muscles in between the ribs themselves, the intercostal muscles. You need them to expand your rib to breathe, inhale, which is the worst pain, and then you need the other ones to exhale. And finally, your pec major and pectoralis minor muscles attached to the rib cage, which are involved with lifting your arm above your head, along with the scapula. So Freddie Freeman is not only hurting with every breath he takes, he's hurting with every throw and every at-bat. And I'm a little worried because this is an injury from last year.
Doc, is that something that could be handled with a needle?
I lost you.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I said,
here.
is that an injury that could be handled with a needle? Can you numb the area and play?
Very good, DeMarco, spoken like a true football player. Yes, there are nerves that run under the rib where we can give you a shot. But here's the problem with doing that. You can get him through a game, and if he needs to hit again in the World Series, yes, you can do that. You got to be careful, though, because you can puncture the lung, which is dangerous, but it's done all the time.
What up, Tyrod
But
Taylor?
I'm talking about long-term. If it's scar tissue from last year, it's not something you do surgery for, that's for sure. But can you modify your throw, your catch, your swing to deal with this? The fact that it's from last year and it's acting up now, you can call it scar tissue, but the reality is you're going to have to somehow cope with this because this is not something you go to surgery for.
That's the other thing. Does it heal? Does it actually heal, or is it just something that stays with you once you've done it?
It heals. It absolutely heals, and it's with scar tissue that is this immature design. It almost looks like a stack of fishing nets where the fabric's going in all different directions, and at the end of a year, the scar looks like a Navajo rug, perfectly aligned. So these injuries can take a long time to straighten themselves out, and it is very smart to shut him down.
That's Dr. Robert Clapper. That is a great Clapper vision. And let's see, author, sculptor, surfer, orthopedic surgeon, and paleontologist. Did I leave anything out?
Can I ask one more question for Doc? One more question, Doc. This sort of injury, is it just common to baseball?
No, it's very often seen where you have when I was at Curl and Joe many years ago, and they were both still alive, I was looking at injuries to jockeys who got thrown from horses. And we had a ton of those rib-type injuries, whether they're fractures or muscle strain. But, DeMarco, any type of contact sport, whether it's hockey or a puck gets shot at you, or in football, yes, we see these all the time.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate your time and your expertise as always.
It's a pleasure. See you tomorrow at the party.
You got it. We'll see you at the party. We'll continue the conversation, continue to talk about the Dodgers, their trip to Japan, and opening day coming up on Thursday. Our pal Oral Hershiser joins us next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
The Cabbage is amazing. I love Cabbage. This is why I don't keep working.
Yeah, this is, you know what? You're making a good case as to why it's not working out. Attention, Laker fans. Michelob Ultra, ESPN LA, and the Lakers are giving you superior access. You can win a chance to tour the UCLA Health Training Center and shoot around with the Lakers legend. You can enter right now at ultralakerssshootaround.com. Presented by Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Must be 21 years or older. No purchase necessary. That's ultralakerssshootaround.com for official contest rules and eligible counties. All right, so the Dodgers opened up in Japan 2-0, won both of those games. They get another opening day coming up a week from today, Dodger Stadium against the Tigers. They still got a freeway series to get through with the Angels. No better time to talk to our pal Oral Hershiser.
Yes,
Oral, how you feeling?
Doing all right. I'm about 21 days post-op from a right hip replacement, but the therapist and the doctor says I'm ahead of schedule, and I'm scheduled to do game 2 on TV when they get back.
No shock. Oral's ahead of schedule. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're
working hard.
Are you up and around? You're moving around. You're good to go on the hip. Are you full steam ahead?
It's been perfect timing because we changed residences in Pasadena, and so I've been in the midst of boxes and moves and unpacking. So anytime they tell me to exercise, I just say, yeah, I'm exercising with cardboard. Everything's fine.
That's a lot of work moving.
I was going to say, there's nothing worse than moving and with a bad hip. I can't imagine. Obviously, you did not go to Japan, correct?
No, they were a little worried about 17-hour flights with blood clots, so they said no.
Yeah, so you got to watch it the way most of us did.
Yep.
Obviously they won the games, and we can talk about the game specifically, but just the reception to the Dodgers, to American Major League Baseball, and specifically the Japanese stars on the Dodgers, was it what you expected, or did it even surpass expectations?
It is always a shock to watch other cultures greet baseball, and, they're not greeting in a way for the first time, but it's Major League Baseball. So last year
We had the experience of Korea, which was phenomenal. I wish I would have gotten to go to Japan, but what I saw on TV and the sound from the players and what was going on, it was Major League Baseball and Japan, Tokyo specifically, and the Tokyo Dome did an amazing job. This is a worldwide game. It's an amazing game. I thought that Joe Davis and Eric Karros did a great job on the broadcast. I love the stories about the history of Japanese baseball from Joe and just giving it some depth to the broadcast and the information of what's going on over there. And, it's just fantastic to see, Otani rise to the occasion, Sasaki have his debut, Yamamoto have a much better opening than he did in Korea. So it was a lot of fun to watch those guys perform.
Oral, have you ever played abroad? Any place? Any other country?
Well, we went over on 88 All-Star Tour over to Japan, and then we also did a friendship tour of Korea in '94 with the Dodgers. So, I played over there. And then winter ball, Dominican Republic, Venezuela. But as far as the Far East, Korea and Japan, it's a lot of fun. You're amazing. You start to feel almost like a basketball player when you go over there because you're just completely different size from most people. At least back in the 80s. So when you walked around, you're immediately recognized. You're immediately appreciated. And it's just a great vibe. It's a great vibe.
Easy to stand out. Did we talk about Max Muncy getting a hit in 5 different countries?
That's crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is.
Yeah, that's absolutely
very,
nuts.
very cool.
That's
very cool.
You
indeed.
win the block battle. Yeah, you're that guy. Yeah,
for sure. Oral, I want to go back to something you said because DeMarco and I were talking about this yesterday. That Otani's ability to rise to the occasion. That from the moment he's come to this league and trying to do what he has done successfully, become a two-way player. Every time there's been a moment, whether it's start the All-Star game as the pitcher and the DH, whether it is his first spring training at bat with the Dodgers, and going to play in front of his home country, he always seems to be able to meet the moment. Have you ever had a teammate or an opponent that was able to do it as consistently as he's been?
Well, we only saw the game speed up on him maybe the first 7 to 10 games last year, putting the Dodger uniform on, and we were worried about the first home run, the first RBI, the first Dodger moment. But since then, we really have never seen the game speed up. And I'm not sure he's rising to the occasion or he's just that consistently unbelievable. He lets the ball get deep. He makes sure he gets strikes. He puts good swings on it, when it's just an RBI situation. He goes the opposite field when the pitch is in that place. He lets it go completely with his full swing when a 3-1 count when he thinks he's getting a heater. It's just he's so good and he's so prepared and so strong to all fields that, I don't think there's a moment that's too big for him because of how good an athlete he is, how much he prepares, and how strong he is mentally.
He just looks so calm when he's doing that. He's unflappable.
Yeah.
What did you think of
the most polite superstar ever to put on a uniform?
Is he really? What do you mean polite? Like when you see him, he says hello?
There's no malice to his game. I mean, you think of our roster. You think of Mookie Betts. You think of Freddie Freeman. You think of Otani. You think of all this. There's no anger. There's no, I hate my opponent. I'm coming to get you. They are just like gentlemen that are so highly qualified to go out there and just play the game right, hustle their rear ends off, play hurt, go about their business, and they do it in such a kind, strong manner. They're great role models.
Is it the brand? Is it Dave? What do you attribute to that? Just the Dodger name, the uniform you're putting on?
I mean, if you go back years, when Andrew Friedman took over, it was like, oh, it's going to be computer boy. It's going to be all stats. It is not. It's not even close. It's player development. It's scouting. It's the way they judge character. It's the way they develop chemistry. It's the way they develop clubhouse chemistry, how they accept younger players. It is the brand now, but it wasn't the brand, prior to Andrew, prior to Dave, prior to Stan Kasten, prior to Lon Rosen, prior to Guggenheim and the ownership with Mark. These guys have built a tremendous organization, and it's foundational. It's not just hyperbole. It is in the foundation. It's in the fabric of the Dodgers now.
Oral Hershiser joining us here, Trav and DeMarco. And Oral, forgive me for just peppering you with all the Otani stuff, but I'm just so enamored with everything that he does. And we're going to get to, at some point this season, presumably, get to see him pitch in a Dodger uniform. Give me the best comp that you can think of, when assuming he is at his best, his healthiest, and firing on all cylinders. Like, I think he's a Cy Young caliber pitcher when I watch him, but could he be the best pitcher in baseball if he's at the top of his game?
If he's at the top of his game, yes, but you could say that about 10 guys.
Okay.
I can say that about Sasaki when all of a sudden he gets 10 starts under his belt. I could say that about Yamamoto when he gets, going. I could say it about, but the thing, he's a combination of a lot of things. And the first person that comes to mind is Yu Darvish when used like, because he can throw any pitch at any count. He's got the split finger. When I watched him, when we went over and scouted him before he became an Angel, and I got to go on the trip with some of the guys, the scouts and Andrew, we knew his elbow was probably going to need to get repaired, and I saw one of the top 5 sliders I've ever seen, and a guy had a bad arm. I'm like, holy smokes, and this is a side work. And so he could be the best pitcher in baseball if he concentrated on just that. He could be the best hitter in baseball, which he's already proven he is. To do it in combo is going to be really hard because the practice and the reps and the rest that's needed. And then everybody else who's doing just one individual thing, hitting or pitching, can be full-time at that. So it's really hard. And, just the reps of taking a swing and then throwing a side work and taking 100 swings in the cage or doing what he does, he's really going to have to continue to monitor practice so that the wear and tear is not there.
Am I right? Did you make your debut in the majors in 1983?
September of 83 in Montreal Olympic Stadium, which no longer has baseball. Yep. The first hitter was Gary Carter, and I almost walked off the mound in fear, but he grounded out to Bill Russell. And then next hitter, Al Oliver. The next hitter was Tim Wallach, 3 up, 3 down. I'm like, what took him so long to get me here? 4.5 years in the minors, Dominican Republic, Venezuela. And then the next inning, I think I gave up 3 doubles in a row and was out of the game.
I mean, are you looking at my Are you looking at my screen right now? You just went down everything that was there.
Great.
So what did you think? What did you think of Roki's his debut? I mean, wow, it was in Japan. That's huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The first thing that happens with nerves is there's 2 things that can happen. High and away fastballs, which they said was his complete warm-up, and then he got in the strike zone. And the other thing that can happen is everything straightens out because you grip the ball too tight. So either a rushing or you're gripping the ball too tight. And we saw that with a lot of his pitches. And so, but what we did see when he was relaxed and in rhythm, we saw unbelievable stuff. So you know why the Dodgers signed him. You know why he's the top number 1 prospect and now is not a prospect. He's a big leaguer. And, his split is not a split for me. It's a forkball.
Yeah.
Because a split finger originated as a split finger fastball, and that's thrown with the pads of your hands, the pads of your fingers. A forkball is thrown with your fingers divided so much that the ball is actually on the sides of your fingers. And so for him to eliminate as much spin as he is, calling it a split finger, it really, for me, is a fork ball coming out like a knuckleball. And the fact that he has no idea that it's going left, right, or down tells me it's got like knuckleball spin.
Oral, so give me kind of like you just talked about. You make your big league debut. You have you face a Hall of Famer in your first guy, and you get a 1-2-3 inning, and then they're teeing you up a little bit in the next inning.
Yep.
Obviously, that's just baseball. You have good innings and bad innings, but the progression for Roki Sasaki from, the adrenaline of my debut, the adrenaline of my home country, to I'm just learning my craft in the big leagues. What is a normal arc for a pitcher with his kind of stuff to really settle into what he might be once we get closer to a finished product?
Yeah, you're going to learn so much. You're going to learn in your outing, and you're going to learn in your side work. You're going to learn from your video and your adjustments. And the biggest step is not learning. it's having the guts to take it into the game and then having the guts to do it in the moment. And so I think those are the biggest strides. And then having some success with those adjustments is really key early on. And so, Dave Roberts, Mark Pryor, the whole pitching philosophy of what they're doing and what they're trying to adjust slowly with him is just to take baby steps. But the steps are really about moving towards execution and attempting it while in the game and then while in the moment. And he's dealing with such elite stuff and elite arm speed and already great discipline in his mechanics that I think it's going to go pretty fast. I think he's going to take the rough edges off real fast.
We're trying to put this season in perspective. In your opinion, is this the most stacked Dodger lineup that you've seen in a while? Because we just talked about you're missing Mookie, you're missing Freddie, and you still have a chance to win every series.
Yeah, DeMarco, they're going to go 162-0.
No, come on. Be serious with me, though. I mean, it seems like you were injury-proof.
Seattle won, 116, I think it was, or something like that. They got a shot at that. They got a shot at 100. They got a shot at I can't pick a number below 100, really.
Yeah.
I mean, they're better than last year. They're deeper than last year. They're healthier than last year already. And they've already shown that they can create enough offense with two of their biggest cogs. And the pitching, ridiculous. I mean, you got 9 relievers that threw 10 innings for an ERA, I think, of 2.
Yeah.
You had a good start from Yamamoto and an okay start as far as length from Sasaki. And you haven't even gotten to 3-4 more guys that have won or can win Cy Youngs.
That's crazy.
Right. It guarantees you a lot, but not everything, right? It's still baseball.
I mean, we still have to go out and play. But, yeah, this is I can't think of the phrase, but it's unbelievable the amount of talent and equity and padding and net. They're going to blow some people out, and they're going to will they lose 3-4 games in a row? Yeah, they probably will. They might even lose 7 in a row. That's the way baseball goes. If you go back and look at world champion records, you'll see seven losses in a row 2 or 3 times in a year, but you'll also see them win 107 games or 95, and this is a very, very deep, great roster.
Or I got one more for you before we cut you loose. Appreciate your time. And so obviously there's a lot of options here: Shohei, Sasaki, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow. If I just said, who's got the best pure stuff on the team? Why is Blake Trinan the answer to that question?
Oh wow. Yeah, that's interesting because Blake had an adjustment last year coming back from injury where the velocity was slightly down, but the movement was slightly up almost. Yeah, there's that question of who has the best stuff on the Dodger staff is like almost impossible to answer. It's on a given night now. It's not over the course of a year.
If Trinan
and like you said, it might be Otani.
Yeah, it might be. I think all 6 of those guys could be the right answer. But I when I watch Trinan pitch and he executes his pitch that he's attempting to execute, I really think it is unhittable. Like I short of just guessing and running into it on accident, you can't really square up a ball. It's moving like that, can you?
No, both directions too. I mean, his breaking stuff and his fastball have another gear. Like your eye is used to when a ball leaves a pitcher's hand and you're watching on TV from the center field camera, your eye has an idea as the ball is moving. You go, oh, that's where it's going to end up. And his then has like 2x to the rest of the movement. You go, whoa, what was that? And in baseball, in the locker room, a lot of times they go, that was turbo, right?
Yeah.
It's a turbo sinker. It's a turbo slider. It's, extra special. And that's, Blake has that ability.
Orel Hershiser, friend of the program. Look forward to seeing you soon. Hopefully we're out at Legends Attic and we get to run it all back before too long, Orel. Thanks a bunch.
Oh, my gosh. You guys take care. And DeMarco.
Yes, sir.
It'll never be DeMarcus again, brother.
My man, take care of that hip. See you soon.
See you guys.
What is going on at Legends Attic? What do you guys got going on right now?
Oh, I heard. Yeah.
You still on with me? Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Well, we got Kirby Yates coming out. Ooh. We got Joe Kelly coming out again. We've got unbelievable stuff. So, the biggest compliment we have about Legends Attic, and we're out in Claremont off of Foothill, the biggest comment is people come and they go, "We can't believe you're not charging admission." Yeah. That's how good an experience it is.
That's true.
And so it's a lot of fun. Look us up online. Look us up on Instagram. But between that and my car dealerships and my hip, I'm pretty busy.
You're busy. Look forward to seeing you soon.
I never thought of that.
Thanks a bunch.
They don't charge admission to get in there?
Yeah. You can come in and buy stuff. It's really cool stuff.
Super cool
I still
stuff.
want that Fernando painting, but it's a little out of my price range
Yeah.
because it's awesome.
Yes.
But,
Ultimate Man Cave.
Place is crazy.
Looking up, the Dodgers lost 5 in a row in May.
Uh-huh.
And I think the other longest losing streak was 4 in a row in July.
Yeah.
And that was, like you said, this team is much improved. They're healthier.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
I think I'm fascinated by this topic. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. You can run your game all season long on Prize Picks, and it's the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. The app is super easy to use. You just create a lineup. All you have to do is pick more or less on a few players for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. And on Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections on different sports. Combine your favorite basketball players with your best guys from baseball, hockey, esports, and much, much more. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Download the app today and use code 710 to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code 710 for first-time users. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey, it's Mace talking about the amazing, spectacular Cosm. Best place to watch sports. Cosm is the ultimate sports experience. NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League, WWE, more. On massive, high-resolution displays, you got to experience the Dome at Cosm. Immersive shared reality that wraps around you. It's like being on the field or on the court. Inside the hall at Cosm, wall-to-wall live multi-view sports. Go to Cosm.com to get your tickets today. That's COSM.com.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
The Cabbage is amazing. I love Cabbage.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
For a limited time at Verizon, you can get our best price ever. That's 4 lines on unlimited welcome for just $25 a line per month with autopay plus taxes and fees. You'll also get the new iPhone 16 Pro, 4 of them for the entire family when you trade in up to 4 phones from our top brands. That's a new phone for everyone, only on the network you can count on. Verizon. Visit a store today. 20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply for phone offer. See Verizon.com for details.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
X gonna give it to you.
Thought we were going to get another Cabbage drop right there.
Oh, I did it during the break.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I heard it.
He's a little excited about the Cabbage.
Yeah. I could ask him questions about the Dodgers all day
long. Yeah.
All day, every day. And this may come as a shock to you and to the listeners. He knows a lot more about it than I do.
Yeah.
But I think he's out of his mind when if he thinks this team's going to lose 7 games in a row.
Well, I'm looking.
And I'm really because we talked about. I think Vegas has the number at 103.5 as their over/under.
Yeah,
I'm going over. I understand why it is where it is, but I think over is the right choice. I think another interesting question for this team, because of you keep giving me a hard time, DeMarco, about how do you keep a straight face with all this stuff. They are as loaded as any baseball team I've ever seen. What is their longest losing streak of the season? I think is fascinating because they're going to lose 2 in a row at some point. That's a certainty.
Yeah.
3, I think, will probably happen here and
occasionally.
Here and there. I don't know the way that they're going to run those pitchers out there and the way that they score runs, that one or both of those things don't happen at the same time once every 4 days. I don't know if a 4-game losing streak is a realistic possibility for this team. They're going to have 3 games here and there, but does that sound right to you?
It totally does. I'm looking at this last July. So you beat Milwaukee twice. You lost the 3rd game. Then you go to Philadelphia. So you lose in Milwaukee, and then you lose the series to Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember what was going on in July. And I'm looking at winning and losing pitchers. Miller, Stone, Banda. You weren't scoring a lot of runs. You lost 10-1, 4-3 close, 5-1, and then you lost 9-2. So power outages happen, and sometimes they coincide with less than average pitching, and the other side gets hot.
For sure.
Yeah. So, I think a 4 or 5 game losing streak, no matter how loaded you are, is possible.
You think they can get to 5?
I think they can.
Yeah.
Depending on who you run into, and it's just the baseball gods line up against you.
The gods do weird stuff. I'm with you on that.
Yes.
100%. Here's why I think 5 is exceptionally unlikely. Those names that you're talking about in that streak, it's the pitching. The Dodgers, and by the way, Dodgers they won the World Series, but there was a stretch where their pitching, it was a bunch of guys that were not the guys that you thought were going to be pitching.
I think this was that stretch.
Right?
Yeah.
Bobby Miller had a terrible year.
Yep.
You had guys that were not named Yamamoto and Glasnow taking the ball regularly because they were down. And now, even if, let's think about it like this. Let's say Otani doesn't come back until the middle of the season on the mound.
Okay.
So Otani's not in the mix. But you have to go through 5 or 6 days of Snell, Yamamoto, Sasaki, Glasnow, May, Gonsolin. That's 6 guys. Okay, that's not even counting Show. One of those guys is going to have a good day. Okay, let's just say one of those guys, and it's probably more than one. One of those guys is going to have a really good day and keep them down to a run or 2, maybe 3. Also in that 6-day window, your offense will have a big day at least once.
At least once.
And that's why it just feels like, could they lose 3? I'm almost certain they will. 4 feels more likely than not. But once you get into that 5, it's like there's just so many good arms.
I'm looking at this one. This is May 24th. You lost at Cincinnati. 9-6. So you got production. You just gave it up on the other end. That will happen.
Yeah.
Then you had
5 times in a row, though.
3-1 loss, 4-1 loss. It could happen.
Yeah.
Look, 7 might be a lot. 5 might be a lot, but you're going to have losing streaks in baseball, no matter how loaded you are.
I'm setting the number. You ready?
Yeah.
The number's 4.5. Over or under?
I'll take the over.
You take the over?
I'll take the over, but not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. And just one of them, not multiple 5-game losing streaks.
And baseball is weird. I think it was last year or 2 years ago where the Oakland A's, who were dreadful a couple of years ago, the Atlanta Braves had the best record in baseball. A's swept them.
Yeah, it happens.
Just weird stuff like that happens
Crazy
all the
sport.
time.
Right.
But they have stacked the deck in a way that's just crazy.
Back to the oral conversation when he was talking about Roki Sasaki, and he was talking about that pitch.
Yeah.
And when you can make oral go, I don't know what this is, that's a hell of a pitch.
DeMarco, no disrespect to oral. The damn computer didn't know what it was.
Right. I don't know what this thing's doing.
When the computer goes, I have no idea, that's when you're on to something.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's crazy.
The computer knows everything.
Everything.
They knows the angle, the spin, the velocity, the everything. And the computer
in
goes
a nanosecond.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where this is going.
Like that's a pretty good pitch.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's just getting started.
Yes, crazy.
Quick question for you guys. Which is faster, hot or cold?
Which one?
Which one is faster? Hot.
Yeah, because you can catch hot cold.
You're an idiot.
You can catch hot cold?
You can catch a cold. Hot is faster.
You can catch a cold.
Come on,
oh
DeMarco.
my God.
Come on, man. I got you.
How do you guys put up with
once a day?
Oh, we've challenged him to a dad joke a day, and he's delivered.
That's terrific.
Which is faster, hot or cold?
Hot, because you can catch a cold.
Exactly.
Jorge, that's amazing. Let me write that down. Come on. That will come out tonight at dinner.
Might have surpassed the tentacles.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's it, we have a contender.
I got another one.
You.
What do you call a factory that makes okay things?
What?
Satisfactory.
I like that he gets up and fist pumps after he tells him. That's my favorite.
Try the veal. Yes, take my wife, please.
Lakers get the Bucks tonight after beating the Nuggets last night, and I'm falling for JJ Redick. I love watching that guy do his thing. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
You know, Cappy did not want to order what I ordered because he didn't want to order the same thing. I'm like, we're not sharing meals. Like, what do you care?
But you know what? Here's the thing. So I really wanted the chicken piccata, but George ordered first. Here's what we should have done. You ready?
He's not your date.
Yeah, no, he was my date. 100. We were holding hands walking in. Yes, he was my date.
Sedano and Cap is next at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Now here's an important message from my friend, Jacob and Ronnie.
Wildfires can leave lasting scars on our families, our homes, our communities, and our peace of mind. Navigating the recovery process is hard, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Jacob Amrani, and my team and I are here to help ensure you're treated fairly and get the resources you need. Call us for a free consultation and let us help you rebuild with confidence.
Call Jacob.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text HIM to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text HIM to 321-321. That's HIM to 321-321.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You know, DeMarco, you and I, in many, many ways, are similar.
Yeah.
But in very, very many ways, we have lived very different lives. I want to take you guys behind the curtain here for half a second. We were having a conversation during the break, and we were talking about Freddie and his rib injury. And I said to him, I said, have you ever broken a rib? And his response was, not one of my own.
Not my own. No, not my own.
Wow. That's awesome.
That
is just amazingly awesome.
They can't see me coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to stand there and throw it.
That's just terrific.
Yes.
I puts a smile on my face, and I love that.
I've only felt bad once.
That was the guy that stopped to throw the pass?
I didn't feel bad. I did for hitting him, but that was stupid. Why would you stop right there, dummy?
Like he's on the field.
It's like stopping in the middle of traffic. Like, why would you stop right there, dummy? You deserve this pain.
What was the other time you felt bad?
This kid, it was East Carolina. The East Carolina Pirates came up to UW, and this is when we were good, and they were being fed to us.
Yeah.
And they came in with like their 4-string quarterback. He was actually a receiver. I think he had taken quarterback snaps for the first time that week, and they brought him to our stadium. So we were just beating the dog out of this kid, and they didn't have a backup.
So he's going to play the whole day.
The whole game. And we were walking up the tunnel. Me and my best friend Jamal, who was the defensive end. We were walking up the tunnel with this guy that we just spent 2 quarters beaten to hell. And he was showing us the bruises. Like, look at this one.
This is at the half?
This is at the half. As we're walking up, I think it's 28-0. So we're getting ready to come out of the game anyway.
Sure.
So he's showing us all the bruises and scrapes, and that was the time I felt bad. Like, this is stupid. Well, and our coach, this is after Don James resigned, and I said Jim Lambright had become drunk with power.
Right.
He was sending the house. Like, he wanted us to kill this kid.
I understand that you need to get ready.
Yeah.
You need live ammunition to practice, right? You need real reps.
Yeah.
You can't scrimmage. You need to do it. But then there's this is a mismatch. Like, I'm going to kill this guy.
Yes.
I'm not getting ready. I'm just going to hurt somebody.
They couldn't block us to begin with, and we're sending more than they can block. I'm like, we just turned us into button men like the mafia.
Yeah.
Like, dude, back off. We got it already.
Not one of my own.
I guess not. Yeah, he was sending a message. Yeah, it was crazy.
All right. Join us on March 24th, right around the corner, between 2 and 5 at Ralph's PCH in Long Beach. Here's your address. 6290 East Pacific Coast Highway. Lakers legends Byron Scott and AC Green and the BB Go food truck will all be there, and we're giving away Laker tickets. Plus, you can cast your vote on site with us at LakersGafote.com and receive an exclusive Lakers Gafote t-shirt. Do not miss out. That's March 24th between 2 and 5 at the Ralphs in Long Beach on PCH, 6290 East Pacific Coast Highway. Just PCH, not the PCH.
Not the PCH, PCH.
We put the on freeways. We take the off of that road, right?
Yeah.
You get on the 405.
That is my life goal, by the way. I want to make that much money to where if I need to get from where I live to Malibu, I want to have all day to take PCH.
Yeah. It's a long drive.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
It's a long drive.
I want to have to not rush.
Have you done PCH like from San Luis Obispo through Big Sur up to Carmel and all that?
Wait. That's the one. Yeah. We used to do that on the way back down. We take the one.
Yeah.
Scenic.
Gorgeous.
It was fun. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
We did it
Did you do it?
when we went to San Fran one time.
Yeah. Oh, the two of you guys?
Took 12 hours.
Oh, was it closed?
And she kept pulling the
Shut up.
Pulling the seatbelt.
She's got a nervous
I have a
tick.
tick.
So how much cabbage did you eat on the drive?
Actually, none, but I had a lot of coffee. Remember that little espresso or whatever, that little coffee shop we went to?
Yeah.
Pull over and get some cabbage for this road trip. Most people want beef jerky and Coke. She wants cabbage.
Cabbage. Thank you very much.
What's the nervous tick? Do you take the seatbelt off?
She pulls the seatbelt thing from her chest.
I just feel tight, so
She does this the whole.
Are you claustrophobic?
No.
Oh.
And he has to pee every 2 seconds.
Oh, see?
Well, I'm getting old.
I'm sorry. My bad.
She's bringing out the heavy lumber. Yeah, well, what about your prostate, old man?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, where I never liked your mother.
No, I love his mom. His mom is amazing.
Right.
His mom is great.
There's a fun joke. Well, you never asked me about my mother. That's because I hate her.
Simple little equation.
George's parents, great. Him,
Okay, yes. Oh, man.
Too good, too good. So Lakers win last night. They tear up the Nuggets in the first quarter, and then they have a really bad second quarter, especially defensively. And JJ was having none of it.
None.
And you and I both loved it. Like Trudell asked him, hey, got off to a great first quarter, made a lot of shots. Second quarter, you guys really seemed to struggle a little bit. What was going on there? We would miss a shot, and they would make a layup.
Right.
And you could tell he had steam coming out of his ears.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. When you face a team that's shorthanded, and you're not, you're out LeBron and Rui, but
you had high hand.
You had the high hand, right? And you're trying to tell your guys it's not going to be this easy. If they had Joker in the game and Murray were in the game, and you're not shooting as well, and you're giving up that on the other end, we're probably going to lose this game. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to tell your guys that when they're scoring.
When they're up 30.
Right. It's hard. So, that would really frustrate you because let's not get caught up in the euphoria of Luka going off. And we all did.
It was fun.
Watching him go off was fun, especially when he's hitting from beyond the arc. He is unstoppable.
He really is.
He's either going to score or open up somebody else. But when you're trying to keep this team on track towards a championship, that would frustrate you. We can't keep doing this stuff wrong, even though this stuff is going way right for us.
Take whatever road you want to get to, whether it's just good luck or by great design or a combination of the two. The Lakers have pieces in place that I think are incredibly exciting. JJ Redick as their coach is exactly the right guy.
Yeah.
That his acumen, his leadership, his insistence on doing things the right way, his refusal to let little things slide, I think is terrific. They got Luka Doncic in a trade that 30 years from now won't make any sense.
No.
But who cares? He's here, right? He's here, and he's playing at an incredible level. LeBron James is defying every rational expectation of what a 40-year-old athlete should look like, and he's still an extraordinary performer. Mm-hmm. Austin Reaves is becoming not just good, not just very good, but maybe even better than that.
A viable third option here.
Yeah,
yes.
And you're getting role player performances from people like Jackson Hayes and Dorian Finney-Smith and Vanderbilt, and I don't mean that any way other than as accomplishment, that are exactly what you need from your role players. Like, you can see it coming. They just need to keep moving. They just need to get healthy. They just need to catch a little bit of good luck, a little bit of good fortune. And for the first time in a really long time, it's just like, let's get to the postseason as quickly as possible, as healthy as possible, because I don't know what the heck's going to happen.
That's the other thing. So I think JJ's doing a great job, and he is he's what you want in a coach. The optics are great. That was a perfect reaction, and I think he's the right guy for the moment. Now, the postseason is coming. And this is where it's going to get really, really hard. And you know what we've been talking about. We hope JJ's got something in his back pocket for the postseason when he sees Denver, if you have to play OKC, or when you play OKC. Well, the same thing applies to him, too.
Sure.
They have stuff that you haven't seen yet. And you're going to have to adjust. Right.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some moments to where you're really going to have to know when to take that time out. Know when to sit down. Know when to stand up.
And he's never done it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, to this point, great. Now, there's a long way to go, but I think to this point from now, he's the right guy, definitely.
I know. I've said this before.
This point in time,
I believe it in my bones. they don't have to get lucky to make a run. They just have to play really well
and be healthy.
Yeah. They just like before with the AD LeBron Lakers and the way it was going. It's like you're gonna have to catch some breaks. Somebody else is gonna have to beat somebody. The path is gonna have to you're gonna have to something weird's got to happen.
Yeah,
something weird doesn't have to happen anymore. They just got to be healthy and play well
and just keep playing the way they're playing and stay connected. And defensively, they're so impressive on the defensive end. How they just all buy into it. That's who they are. And that
not in the second quarter.
Not in the second quarter. And that's what drive him. That's what would drive. This is
Great.
who we are. This is who we are here. Forget about the flash and stuff you're seeing out of Luka. You're going to make your bones on the other end of the floor. So yeah, right guy. I do wonder what life would have been like with Dan Hurley if it would have gone that way.
It's the road not traveled,
or
right?
if you never fired Darvin Ham and made this trade.
No, he wasn't the right guy. He wasn't the right guy.
He had a lot of success here, but. He
wasn't the right guy.
He wasn't, but if you just wonder.
I don't want to jump up and down on his
No,
grave,
not at all. I got you.
But he was not the right guy. The Dan Hurley. Let me ask you guys this. What's the first thing you think of with Dan Hurley?
Lifetime coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. What else?
Volatile. Great press conference
guy. I didn't know if you were going to say it first, second, or fifth, but it was going to be on the list. Volatile. Explosive.
It was actually the first thing I thought.
There you go. Okay. And so volatile, explosive, reactionary. That's fine every once in a while.
Yeah.
But when you live in a state of rage in pro sports,
you're gonna
good luck.
You're gonna turn people off.
Good luck. You can live in intense. You can live in insisting on the details. You can live in holding people accountable for the things that you want to hold them accountable for. But his mercurial nature, his explosive nature, I think would have worn thin.
What was that guy's name? The hockey coach that was just. His press conferences are always funny because he would come at you.
Are you thinking of John Tortorella?
Tortorella.
Yeah.
Yes. Same thing. Volatile. Yeah. It's only fun when you're winning.
You know where
when you're not winning, it's grinding.
He was on a new team every 2 years.
Yeah. It's not fun when you're not winning. Yeah.
That's cool until it's not.
And
cool. Then it's like, dude, get this guy.
I like how measured JJ is. I think you're onto something there.
He's measured, but you can feel the intensity coming off of
him.
Oh
yeah, big time.
That's like a perfect little combination of it. We got the dump coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. So Prize Picks tonight, right? Here's what we got going on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is picking more and picking less. You look at the statistical projections. For instance, tonight, Jackson Hayes against the Bucks. More or less than 9.5 points. I like Jackson Hayes more than 9.5 points. Brooke Lopez against the Lakers tonight. More or less than 12.5 points. I like more there because I feel like Brooke Lopez always plays well against the Lakers. So I'm going more on both of those. That's it. That's Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. You can win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. And when you sign up, make sure that you use the code 710-710. And when you do that, after you play your first $5 lineup, you're going to get $50 guaranteed. You don't need to win. Don't need to lose. You get the $50 no matter what. It is guaranteed. So go take a look at those projections. There's college basketball. There's college basketball now pretty much every night for the next couple of weeks. You can do that. You can do hockey. Baseball's getting started. They got everything you want at Prize Picks. Don't forget that code 710. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland is next after Travis and DeMarco.
Success is given, not earned.
Couldn't disagree more.
Yeah.
You know who are good examples of this? Me and you.
Yeah, and both of us busted our asses to get where we are.
You know, I'm not necessarily the best looking or the most talented person doing this. I just have a sick work ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think
kids work hard.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you.
Hey everybody, John Ireland here. Now is your chance to vote for the Lakers GOAT, the greatest Laker fan of all time. If you listen to the station, you know we've had this contest going on for a while. We got some fantastic entries, but only 4 people made it to the finals, and you can decide who is the Lakers GOAT. Go to that website, LakersGoat.com. The word Lakers, GFOAT.com. Voting going on now through March 24th. You'll decide who's the greatest Laker fan of all time.
RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-452-6262. That's 800-452-6262. Again, that's 800-452-6262.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
I don't want to run you off, and you may be my son someday. Yeah.
All right.
The Cabbage is amazing. I love Cabbage.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
I meant to mention this earlier because I think it's fascinating. But the Celtics sold for a little over $6 billion today.
Wow.
$6 billion, which immediately makes you think, okay,
a lot of cash.
Now, they're near the top. They're one of the most expensive teams in the NBA, most valuable teams in the NBA. Lakers are ahead of them. Are the Lakers $2 billion more valuable? $3 billion? Are they double? Like, I have no idea what the number may be, but it's more than 6. We know that for sure now.
I'm sure it's 10. The arrows point north. How much, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's close.
To 10, you think?
Yeah, because I guess they're the East Coast version of the Lakers. When you go to Boston, everybody loves them.
Laura, you said something I think that is really, really smart. That the Celtics as an American basketball brand are, as good as it gets, maybe other than the Lakers.
Yeah.
The Lakers are an international brand.
Global.
And I don't know if that's true for the Celtics, and it's certainly not as true for the Celtics as it is for the Lakers. So if I can get that brand internationally,
I'm matching. Was Paul Pierce ever as popular as Kobe?
No.
Has anyone ever been as popular as LeBron in a Boston uniform? That much reach?
Recently, no.
Bird and Magic felt equitable. Bird, okay. I'm just trying to think from a Celtics perspective.
Yeah.
Who is their most marketable guy? Because that's almost opposite of their brand.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but he was never like on Kobe's level.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But, he's a recognizable Celtic.
So whatever they sold for, the Lakers are going to sell for just a little bit more, maybe a lot more.
I think it might be a lot
maybe
more.
Maybe a lot more.
Yeah. It feels like there's there's a delineation right there.
It definitely won't be less. Yeah.
That brings me to a little last man standing. Here we go. All right, so we know that the Lakers and the Celtics are among the most valuable franchises in the NBA. This is according to Forbes for the 2024-2025 season. We're in right now. That the Celtics are valued at $6 billion. So they got it pretty close. They sold for 6.1, so this is pretty good. The Lakers are at 3, just ahead of them at $7.1 billion. We know who's at the top. The last man standing is the least 10 valuable NBA franchises.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So we're going to start with you, Jorge.
Oh, my God.
So numbers 21 through 30, the 10 least valuable franchises in the NBA. Jorge.
Let's go with Washington. The Wizards.
The Wizards are not in the bottom 10. The Wizards are 14, worth $4.1 billion.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Ms. Romo.
Toronto Raptors.
The Toronto Raptors are not in the bottom 10. They are actually just barely out of the top 10. They are number 11, valued at $4.4 billion.
All right, DeMarco, you win by default.
DeMarco, you already win. You didn't have to play. You're the last man standing.
Oh, my God.
Do you want to take a guess?
He should. You got to take a guess,
Let me
bro.
think. Do they make money?
You looking it up, man? Come on.
Can I give you another one while he thinks?
Go ahead.
Think
I already
small
won.
cities.
Atlanta.
I am thinking small cities.
That's a big city.
The Pelicans.
The New Orleans Pelicans are 29th.
29th.
The New Orleans Pelicans are 29th, valued at just over $3.05 billion.
I'm just looking at the logos,
Yeah.
and I'm going by city here. Yeah.
Exactly. You Googled it.
So here are the bottom 10.
Yeah.
The least valuable franchise in the NBA, according to Forbes, is the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, I was thinking Memphis, but the Ja era.
But it's not just that. It's not just the marketability of their players. It's the value of the franchise.
No lie. First team that popped in my head was Memphis. I'm like, they can't be making a ton of money.
Dead last.
Okay.
DFL, then New Orleans. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 28th.
Okay.
The Orlando Magic, 27.
Really?
The Charlotte Hornets, 26.
Small market.
Detroit Pistons, 25.
Why are the Pistons down there? That doesn't make sense.
That one is a little bit of a weird
shocking.
fit.
That's a blue blood.
Maybe that's just because they've been bad for a really long time. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Portland Trailblazers at 24, small city, or smaller by NBA standards.
Okay.
Utah 23, Indiana 22, and the first of the bottom third, the Oklahoma City Thunder at 21.
I had them too. Utah, because
23rd.
And they're
Salt
probably
Lake's a small city.
Salt Lake is a small city. I bet they're probably functioning at max efforts to get the most out of that franchise.
There's only so many people in Utah,
right?
So many, all of that.
Even if you got all the money, you're still down. Yeah, makes sense.
Just going to throw this in there real
Go
quick.
ahead.
You ready? Lakers at number 3, $7 billion. Celtics at number 4 at $6 billion. And what we were talking about a while ago, the Cleveland Cavaliers are 16th, and Oklahoma City is 21st.
Wow.
Just throwing that in there.
Did you say the Knicks?
The Knicks are second.
Second, okay.
Yeah. Golden State at the top of the list. Golden State is the most valuable NBA franchise, valued at $8.8 billion.
You would have to pry it out of my cold, dead hand. I would
That's why the Laker number feels too low to me.
I think if the Lakers would sell, hypothetically here, I honestly think they would go for more than 10.
I do too.
Nope, my my grandkids, the people I will never meet would own that team. I would never get rid of the Lakers. Are you crazy?
No, of course not. But we're talking hypotheticals here. You know what I mean?
I would never sell. Period.
That's why they would go for that number. What you're describing.
Yeah.
Rarity. It doesn't sell.
It's scarcity of these teams don't come up for sale very often.
Right.
Just full stop. Teams like that really don't come up for sale, and when they do, you have to pay the tax because it's a once in a 50-year kind of thing.
Yeah.
It just doesn't come around. So if it went north of 10, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't want to be the Tommy boy of the family that I messed it up so bad that I would have to sell it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to be that guy. Yeah.
But every
You'd have a great time doing it.
No.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm just going to
What are
leave
you
it
trying
there.
not to say?
I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you in a second. Super Crosstalk's coming up next.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get 2.99% APR for up to 72 months on the Hyundai Santa Fe, Tucson, or Elantra. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer. Offers end March 31st. Call 714-568-7676 for details.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira Joyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-823-5544. 800-823-5544. 800-823-5544.
What's on tap today on 710 ESPN? Thanks to Michelob Ultra, the Lakers are back-to-back and face Milwaukee tonight. Coverage begins at 6 p.m., tip-off at 7:30. Hear it for your afternoon drive at 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Make sure you get that. It's amazing. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories is only worth it if you enjoy it.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a leader in breakthrough pediatric care, treating complex cases and advancing life-saving research. In support of CHLA's 10th annual Make March Matter campaign, ESPN LA is auctioning off exclusive 710 appearances to help fund critical treatments for children. Every dollar raised supports CHLA's essential work to provide expert care, innovative therapies, and hope to families in need. Visit 710forchla.com to bid and make a difference for kids today.
Attention Lakers fans, Michelob Ultra, ESPN LA, and the Lakers are giving you superior access via Ultra courtside to a once-in-a-lifetime experience at the UCLA Health Trading Center, home of the Los Angeles Lakers. Visit UltraLakersShootAround.com, and you could win a chance to sink free throws and drain threes with your favorite Lakers players trade. Winners will also get a behind-the-scenes tour and a chance to hang out with a Lakers legend, presented by Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
21 years or older. No purchase necessary. Only open to residents of Los Angeles, Ventura, San Bernardino, or Riverside County.
That's UltraLakersShootAround.com for official contest rules.
The Cabbage is amazing. I love Cabbage.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Weren't you guys in the room for the Cabbage discussion?
I can't remember all the things that happened when I'm in this
Who
room.
was in the room for the? They were here.
It was Greg and Mace.
Greg and Mace. Yeah, I don't even remember. What's something about Cabbage?
Brings you tacos.
Yep.
They go do all this work to bring some special tacos for
Waba
you.
Grill Lunch Hour.
Once a week. So you're tasting them.
Boom,
and
tacos.
they ask you how do they taste, and you say they're great, they're delicious.
Yep.
Laura complimented the Cabbage.
The Boom Boom tacos are great.
Yeah, I love the Boom
So
Boom
what do you
tacos.
have against Cabbage?
The Cabbage is amazing.
But
I
of all
love
the
Cabbage.
things to praise,
If
why
I
the
bring
Cabbage?
you to my house for a taco dinner, and I spend all night making carne asada, whatever.
I would say your tacos are fantastic.
Right.
But would you say your cabbage is delicious?
How do they taste,
I would
John?
not single out the cabbage.
Right. She singled out the cabbage.
The Cabbage
What's
was
with
great.
you and the cabbage, Romo?
It was great. I can't do rice.
But it's just cabbage. I mean, there's
Okay.
a whole thing. I like the stuff around the cabbage.
Okay, let me-
Nobody says I love the cabbage part of it.
Thank you.
I understand that. Listen, I can't eat rice like that. You guys had rice in your bowl. I had cabbage.
Hey, Mace, how's that bratwurst? The mustard.
Wait,
is
are you
outstanding.
do you not like rice, or does it not like you?
It does not like me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You know what I like? I like beating Denver. I do.
Yeah, that's fun.
Except that really wasn't Denver.
But I don't
Well,
care. I
yeah,
don't care if it wasn't Denver. I mean, this is chess, right? You need the win against the conference opponent.
Last
Well,
night
the
it
good
was
news
last
is-
night it was checkers.
Yeah.
Because
Okay, fair
they
enough.
just steamrolled
Yeah.
them.
And by the way, the NBA has an issue here. So last Friday, we play at Denver, and we sit 6 rotation guys, including both LeBron and Luka.
Although some of them were hurt, like LeBron
Well,
hurt,
they would
Rui hurt.
they would tell you all of them were hurt.
You
Right.
sit. Okay,
And
so
then-
you sit 6. Okay, go ahead.
And then
Yeah.
the backups played great. We almost beat them.
Yep.
Then last night, it almost reminded me, Mace, of those Olympics in the 80s where we boycotted Russia, so they boycotted
Right,
us.
right.
It's like nobody wants to show anybody anything. and
Although
all these-
Jokic is supposedly legit hurt. I read an article about Jokic today. That's a couple of games he's missed now. He's dealing with something, getting ready for the playoffs the way LeBron is. I mean, you have to make allowances for guys getting hurt.
Okay. So if that's true, and I agree with you, I'll tell you, I met a guy in Denver.
Okay.
The guy comes up to Michael and I.
Yep.
And he drove in from Wyoming, which is a
Right.
couple of states over,
Okay.
brought his whole family to see LeBron and Luka.
Yes.
Unfortunately for him, those guys didn't play.
Right.
Last night, I got tickets for somebody that really wanted to see Jokic play in person. Didn't happen. So people are making plans and spending money. And if you're the NBA, you can do what Mason just did, and you can say, well, you have to make allowances
Guys get
for people
hurt.
getting hurt.
Guys get hurt.
Or you could try and do something about it.
Well,
And
what would you do?
I'm getting there,
Yeah.
okay? Michael says, and I don't think this would make any difference, Michael says, make the rule, a lot of these guys have money tied to awards. For example, if you make all NBA, you get another 50 grand.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes.
If you win MVP, you get another 500
Yep.
grand.
Okay,
Blah, blah,
so
blah.
tie money to what?
So a couple of years ago,
Adam Silver put in a policy that says you have to play 65 games minimum or you're ineligible for every award.
Right.
You can't be on, which I thought was a step in the right direction.
Yeah, that's a good rule.
Michael says make it 75. He goes, that'll get their attention. But I said, most guys don't play 75 games anyway.
Right.
So what I would do, again, I might as well take a dead horse out and beat on it.
Why not?
You have to get rid of the back-to-backs.
Yeah, I agree.
Tonight,
and shorten the season. You have to get rid of games. Period.
Mace, I mentioned that Bill Simmons, Kirk Goldberry podcast. They mapped all this out. They said, you've got your TV money now. So you've got a ridiculous amount of revenue in the billions.
Yeah.
So the argument that if we lower the games, it'll cost us money doesn't really hold water. They already got way more than they ever
they hit
ever
the jackpot.
dreamed. So what Goldsberry and Simmons have suggested, I'll just throw these out and you guys, I'll knock them down one by one. First thing they suggested, start the season. Right now the season starts a week before Halloween.
Yep.
Okay? Start the season on December 5th.
I keep hearing that it doesn't start
Why
until
December
Christmas anyway.
5th?
Because it takes 2 months of going up against the NFL and gets rid of them.
Yep.
So that way, the heart of your season does not go up against the NFL. You only have to go.
So you take the games from there. What I would do is I'd start the games. I'd get rid of preseason. There's no more meaningless preseason than NBA.
If Jeannie were here, she would say to you, how am I getting that money back?
You play regular.
Sell more T-shirts.
This is going to be a question for everybody.
Yeah.
Jeannie doesn't want to give back any money.
Yeah.
You want to take away games. NFL, NBA owners are not going to go along with you.
So stay with me.
Okay.
Here. What the NBA owners care about more than anything else is money. All right? If everybody plays every game, okay, what various teams are charging for ticket prices has never been higher. But now people are gun shy. What the season ticket people are telling me is instead of buying season tickets, people wait until a couple of days before the game.
You find out
who's playing, and then you go to the secondary market, and that way you didn't just pay. Like, Mace, I think I feel worse about this than you do.
Keep going.
But I always try and stick up for you and Billy Mack and all the Rams season ticket holders. Sean McVay has a strict policy. He will not play anybody who's any good in the preseason.
Seems to be working.
Right. And you guys do not get a break.
Well,
they charge you full price for at least 2 preseason games every year.
But here's the deal.
It's a bait and switch.
Eyes wide open. I bought the tickets knowing that that's how it was.
What about the people last night?
Well, people last night. I mean, if the guy's hurt, the guy's hurt. What are you supposed to do? He's missed a couple of games in a row now.
You're not following me. I'm going to give you 4 different ideas of what you can do. Just tell me if you like them or not. All right. The reason you start on December 5th is you don't go up against the NFL, and then you run the season all the way to July 20th instead of June 20th.
I see what you're saying. And you get rid of all back-to-backs.
All back-to-backs are gone because this is part 2. 69 games. You go from 82
How's Jeannie
to
getting
69.
that money?
She's already got some of it with the TV, and you're raising ticket prices because more people are playing in more games.
How's that good for the consumer? Ticket prices going up.
Well,
the tickets are already tickets are already ridiculously expensive.
You didn't care about the money. You just want to know what you're getting.
Yeah. And you're guaranteed to see the guy you wanted to see.
Right, but I don't. Okay, go ahead.
You're paying more.
Because I just think if a guy's hurt, a guy's hurt. I don't know what you can do about that. Do you want?
You can give him more
time
to
recover. Do you want LeBron
recover.
out there, play hard, LeBron, despite the fact that you've got a nagging injury? Do you want Luka not to get the night off?
Okay,
because,
using your logic,
right?
The only thing that matters in your logic is that LeBron and Luka are healthy for the playoffs.
Amen.
Why not shut them down for the season right now?
Because you need seeding.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You
actually sent me a note today saying they should play hard for seeding because you want them to have home games.
What's more important, seeding or having them healthy?
Having them healthy.
See, I want
both. That's all that matters.
Right, but that's okay. So
they play for rings.
What you just said is why Mike Malone didn't play Jokic and Murray last night. If that was a playoff game, they would have played.
Right, and LeBron would too.
Right.
LeBron would have played last night if it was a playoff game.
How do you get these guys to play? You lower the workload. You get rid of the back-to-backs. And
that makes more sense.
And the other thing is, these guys all agreed. All the team presidents and all the owners agreed. Adam Silver took them this policy and said, guys, we'll give you a week at the All-Star break. It used to be 4 days. We'll try when you're on national TV, for it not to be the second night of a back-to-back. So if you're on national TV and we're showcasing our games, we need you to play your stars. And every team said, okay. Denver comes in last night. They did not play the night before. They sit Jokic and Murray, and it was a nationally televised game on ESPN. Either you can just do what Mason did and say, can't do anything, they're injured, that's it.
Well,
or you
what
try
can you do if somebody's injured?
If you're really hurt, You can't.
So
play.
you're saying LeBron should have played last night. Jokic should have played last night. Murray should have played last night. Who else?
No,
Rui should have played last night. What other injured guys do you want to drag onto the floor?
By the way, I didn't say any of that. What I said was
hurt guys should play.
No, you've said that. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is maybe if this wasn't, and tonight is my third back-to-back in 10 days.
Right.
Third back-to-back in 10 days. All right?
Yeah.
It is the 6th game in 8 days.
That's too much.
Okay?
That's a joke.
That's too much.
You don't think that contributes to it? And then you hide behind,
wait a minute.
He's hurt.
No, but if he's hurt, even if you are in a situation where you're playing every other day, there's not a single back-to-back, guys will still get hurt. It's an impossibility that guys are going to stay healthy all year. And by the way,
am I making the situation better or worse?
Here's the thing.
You're doing nothing. Am I making the situation
You're
better or
assuming
worse?
Adam Silver gives a damn. Adam Silver does not. He's got TV money locked up for the next 10 years. Billions with a B. What incentive does he have to change a damn thing? Why would owners give back money when they've got this deal for 10 years and don't really care?
You don't think Adam Silver wants the Stars to play?
What is he doing? What has he done? This is not load management is not a brand new concept.
Right.
Load management they've been dealing with for a decade.
Right, but if that was true, Adam Silver's not going to say, hey, no awards for anybody past 65 games. You just say he doesn't care. He's got his money.
But
get rid of that rule then.
For 10 years, they've tried to do something about load management. It doesn't work.
It's just a matter of you can do something or you can do nothing.
I'm 100% in favor of doing something. I think the league screwed the Lakers with this 7 games in 10 days. It's an absolute joke.
It's stupid.
Right. A little bit. The Spurs did a little bit too.
Yeah.
The Spurs were here when the fires broke.
Right.
Okay. They flew out. Fires happen. Natural disaster. Nobody can control that. And the Lakers said to them, okay, here are 3 possible dates. Since you're already here, we can play the first night back from the fires.
Right.
You're already here. You don't have to fly back. The Spurs said no. They said, we have to fly to Charlotte the next day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, in essence, they made the Lakers take the hit. Then the Lakers had to move 2 other games around to get this in. So this is a unique circumstance.
Yeah, but still back-to-backs, constantly in the NBA.
Right. And so would you play Luka tonight or not?
Would I play Luka tonight? Is he hurt?
Yeah, he missed a game Saturday.
Is he healthy enough to play, or is he hurt?
Everybody's
depends on if
is he healthy enough to play, or is he hurt?
He's
last
healthy
night,
enough to play.
Luka, LeBron, Rui, Murray, Jokic, I think all would have played if it was a playoff game.
Then they all should be playing. If you're not hurt, you should be playing.
Well,
if LeBron is,
what's the difference between pain and injury?
Injured, you can't play.
Right,
hurt, you can play.
They're all in pain.
They're all in pain,
but are they injured?
They can all play?
Yeah.
They should play if they can play. LeBron should be out there tonight. Luka should be out there tonight.
Right. Well,
this is giving the ticket. What you're saying is that despite you're dealing with a chronic injury and despite the fact that the only games that matter are in April, May, and June, you're suggesting that LeBron be out there, Luka be out there, Doncic
No,
be
you're
out
suggesting that. What I'm suggesting is
that hurt guys play. You're suggesting.
Third time you've said it, and I've
have
never.
you not said hurt guys should play?
Never.
Okay, rephrase. Rephrase.
I want to do something to alleviate these players taking all
Me
these
too.
games.
I
You
absolutely.
just said you
I
want to do
do.
nothing.
I want to extend.
You said Adam Silver doesn't.
I want to
have to do
extend the
anything.
season. I want to get rid of back-to-backs. I want to cut the number of games. All this stuff.
Then what are we arguing about? We're on the same
But
page.
owners are not going to agree to it.
Right.
What incentive does an owner have to agree to fewer games? There is no incentive
because their product would get better and they can charge more.
They're still they're locked up with billions of dollars for the next decade. Why should they try to fix it? I think owners are really rich and they want to get richer. That's what rich people do, and they're not going to yield games in order to wind up losing money.
Okay, so using your logic, if that's all that mattered, why not extend the season and play 90 games?
Well, no, why would you Oh, you're saying play 90 games?
All you care about is money. You're an owner,
no,
right?
I'm saying all owners care about his money. Right. I don't care about the money.
Laura, ask them the space shuttle question.
What's the space shuttle question?
Ask them the space shuttle question.
So yesterday I asked what would be the first thing you guys would do after getting out, right? Eat. I said, if theoretically, if your spouse was stuck in space for 9 months, we all got needs.
Wait, I can do that?
You know what I mean? Do you give them a pass if they got it on with the other astronaut?
So your significant other is stuck in space.
Well, I'll tell you, Michael wouldn't. He wouldn't even let his wife be in a movie.
He wouldn't let her be in a movie with a love scene. Michael would not allow her.
I think under those highly unusual circumstances, I would be willing to look the other way.
You'd be okay?
I would say no. Infidelity is infidelity, whether you're at 0 gravity or 100%
What
gravity.
happens on the moon stays on the moon.
Is that what it is?
By the way, if you do it that way, then everybody wins.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice. I can't wait to hear the end of this because you
it's
guys
over.
are both saying the same thing.
This
You know
probably
this.
is.
No, but it's a heated agreement.
Yeah, we've done this before.
It's the most heated agreement we've ever had.
Yeah, you haven't noticed that we're making something out of nothing
I love
for the
it, though. It's funny.
900th time?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
All right, there you have it. There's your Supercross talk. DeMarco, see you tomorrow.
You got it.
Mason, Ireland next, 710 ESPN.
Quick two-game road trip continues tonight in Chicago after having their 5-game win streak snapped earlier this week in